Welcome to another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock.
Yeah, brother!
Welcome one, welcome all. It is Saturday, August 24th, and we're hoping that you guys are having a wonderful weekend, enjoying a nice, wonderful Saturday evening.
Nice.
It was actually pretty nice.
It was nice.
Yeah,
Can
it
be
rained
nice.
for a minute. Everything was wet, and then everything got
I
hot.
would have loved it if I could, sleep in.
I found a decent parking space. There were no car accidents.
Where was your parking space?
I'm not telling you that's my space. Oh,
That's a
Asshole.
secret.
Yeah.
yeah, you're telling me if I tell them,
Rude.
then they come here and take it from you.
Oh, God. Welcome all to the Ravens Flock. I am your host. I'm Jose Casabona. I'm also the host of Wrestle Rewind, and I am the founder, executive producer, and content manager of this channel.
Why are you hiding, Angel? What the fuck?
Trying to jazz hands, but my body can't coordinate with me.
Okay, yeah. You're over there, buddy. You got to be over here.
Damn.
Now, folks, of course, on behalf of all of us on this channel, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And joining us from our left is the host of Los Amigos Play, a man who is a 7th degree black belt in jazz hands, Mr. Angel Mendez.
It actually takes quite a few years to practice jazz hands this hard. I would have liked to thank my master, who passed away after his beard reached 7 feet in length, and he jazzed out so hard he broke a mountain in two.
Well, damn. With his
Master-
hands?
Yes, I know. He jazzed real good. Mr. Wayai, you were an inspiration to me. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I will be dancing on his corpse later as he requested in his will. And I do appreciate that you are with us today on the Saturday next to the last one of August. And as usual, I hope that you enjoy watching this show as much as we enjoy making it for you.
Exactly. And joining us from our far left is one of our awesome cosplayers here on this channel. Here is Dragon Fan Cosplay.
Hi, guys. Thank you for waiting until I finished drinking.
Thank you for not waiting for letting me fix the cameras.
Oh,
Unlike him introducing us before while we were eating. Yeah.
I was hoping this was the skill issue top, but sadly it isn't, so I can't make the joke anymore.
Joke's on you. I got the skill issue. Ha ha ha.
Had to steal it from me.
And speaking of, from our far right, one of our other awesome cosplayers in this channel, who definitely does not have a legit skill issue, give it up for Ziana Rose.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I don't have a skill issue because unlike some people, I actually know how to stealth in games. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Notice how I do.
Because
Angel, you're so bad, we didn't even let you
suck.
play.
You suck at stealth. You suck at stealth. Twistar sucks at stealth.
No,
I don't suck.
Notice
I am
how
going
I
to
got
be-
us there the cleanest and the quickest.
We applaud you for that.
I did get caught at the end, but that wasn't really.
It took you longer to get caught than the others.
Oh,
That's
so
true.
we have degrees of failure now. I'm getting slandered by Genshin players. What? This is what my life has gone through.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to slander you. You know why?
Oh.
Assassin's Creed, Plague's Tale, a bunch of other stealth games, Alien Isolation.
Thief.
Whoa.
You know,
Where I never got
We are
caught by the
going to play that
motherfucking
game.
Fillmore.
Damn, Angel,
You
the
are.
why?
Because knowing
are.
our luck, you are going to get caught literally first thing in. I guarantee you. You're going to run in all
Four.
cocky and self-sure, and you're going to
Four.
stumble into
For
the
what?
nearest pile of rats
Which
you
game?
can find.
For
Oh,
what
no,
game?
no.
in
Wait,
Plague's
what
Tale?
game?
No.
Rat Tames.
Oh, Rat Tames.
No,
Rat Time.
Plague's Tale.
A Plague's Tale.
Yeah, Rat Time. The Rat Time
Listen,
show.
I already said that I would kill myself on purpose so you guys can watch how she gets eaten by
It's
rats. 'cause
hilarious.
It's so
All
creepy.
right,
and
all right.
animation's
wonderful.
funny.
Let's save it.
No,
Let's.
the animation's actually really creepy.
All right, everyone. Let's.
This is the kind of shit that we talk about behind the scenes, folks.
It's good.
And of course, let's not forget the host of the Black Files, my typewriter for Wrestle Rewind, no man who puts in hours on all the videos on this channel every single week. Hey, Juan, I got a question for you.
What?
Are you all in?
Bets off.
I know when you're faking.
No, you actually got me on my fucking gum.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I could tell when you're faking as I.
Mr.
I knew
Wanderout.
it. I knew it. Thank you
One
for that
could
fine
say that
introduction, folks, and don't you ever forget that, mister.
One could
I
say that
really
he was.
wasn't trying to connect with the elbow. I promise. I apologize.
Oh, no, here's the thing, though. Turns out that subconsciously, he was all in.
I was all in when it counts, but I really wasn't trying. Oh God, does that mean that I can elbow you effortlessly?
You cannot help
Because
it.
I wasn't trying, but I did it anyway.
You can't. It's
Here's the thing. Here's the
subconscious.
thing. You roll nat 20.
Yeah.
Nat 20
Nat
on
20.
performance.
You know, Juancho,
bad. Not bad. I'll give you that. The thing is, I know you, and I recognize when you are trying to pull the.
You
wool
also
over
did
me.
nat 20 in insight too.
That's
yes.
true. So that's
There
why.
you go.
That's why when you were trying to stare me down, I was bet, and I knew we're good. We're good. We're good.
All right,
We're good.
all right.
For the
It's all good,
record,
folks.
this only means that Juan doesn't know how to sell it. I'm sorry.
No, I know how to sell. I just don't know when it's time to sell.
Right. All right, folks. Like all our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below, and we'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to help rescue the Ravens flock for the clutches of late-stage capitalism to help us become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard to stay and strong to make your voice our mission. The only thing that's standing in our way is the fact that we have to work 9-to-5 jobs in order to keep the lights on. But there's an easy solution to that, and it just requires your help. The same thing that you've been doing this whole time, which is continuing to spread the good word of the Ravens flock, sharing this video, commenting on the chat, commenting after the chat, letting other people know to have them come in, have them pick up a couple of Raspberry Pi microcomputers, get them to stack them over into their garage, load up their garage with an industrial air conditioner, plug up every single one of those Raspberry Pi microcomputers up to the first gaming processing unit that you can get your hands on, loading all of that into your internet connection, farming yourself an entire army of wonderful bots, and have them all subscribe to us. Don't actually make bots. I'm being sarcastic.
I'm sorry, but the entire time I thought you were actually
Juan,
talking
you're
about actual Raspberry Pis. I'm like, ooh, that
Juan,
sounds
you're
good.
projecting
Oh
real
no,
hard.
I'm talking about the microcomputers
Okay.
called
What?
Raspberry Pis.
Juan, you're projecting real hard. Is there
thought
a
it
plot
was
for world
desserts.
domination that we don't
I
know
would like
about?
Or
Raspberry
worse,
Pis,
I
I'm
thought it was
hungry.
about to turn into a Bitcoin bank to farm NFTs or something.
Oh, no. You see, I will use the power of the hardware of Bitcoin and NFT shit for good. And that good is giving us money and helping
That
the
is
Ravens
always
flock
good.
break away from our 9-to-5 jobs and work for you, work for ourselves, restore our sanity and enrich you guys with entertainment and newsworthy the streams, the likes of which we can only dream of producing right now. With your continuing support, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, special discount to our merch store link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens flock, your favorite Motley Crew nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. What's up, Zayana? It sounds like you wanted to say something.
And give us pie.
Yes.
All the pie, please.
Yes.
You
Sorry.
mentioned
Now I
food,
had to
so
say that.
you mentioned food,
Now
the
we need
conversation's
pie.
done.
Oh, like I wasn't talking about the pies.
I know, but you said Raspberry
But
Pi, and I didn't
remember,
hear
we're
the
hungry.
microcomputer. I was like,
It's taco night. We're good. We'll be
All
All right,
okay.
listen. I'm going to say this right now. I can't promise that we will have pie tonight. However, the one thing that you can count on that we have, it's a guaranteed, is that we have the right energy for all of you.
That's right,
That's
ladies and
damn
gentlemen.
right.
Every single episode of this show, every episode long before and long past is and will be produced and partnered with the wonderful folks at Glitch Energy.
The ideal beverage for all geeks and nerds to keep your bodies vitalized and supercharged. Comes complete with 0 sugars, 0 calories, 0 carbs, and 0 crash. And as far as flavor goes, Glitch has got you covered, because if you go on their website, you'll on glitchenergy.com, you'll see that they have a large selection of different combination smart energy blends to choose from.
This is the tiger blood that I was talking about during Los Amigos Play today.
Slush. I'm
Like
sorry,
I said,
I can't take that
the
name seriously.
name is called Clutch Slush. It's inspired by the streamer known as Just Clutch over here. So
Hey,
yeah,
girl, let me see that slush of the clutch.
now check it.
In the tush?
Yeah.
You see what I said over
Okay,
here?
no. You know what? We're talking.
Strawberry,
We're talking too much
watermelon,
mush.
coconut.
Fair enough.
Angel, you don't want to be clutching no slush over here without anybody's like snatching the clutch.
I will wrestle the tiger at dawn.
It's a white tiger, Angel. You don't want to wrestle it.
Angel,
see,
you
now I'm
will
gonna wrestle
die.
even
No,
harder.
it's a Bengali white tiger. It
You
will
will
eat
die.
You
Sounds
will
like a
die
good way to
a
go.
miserable,
okay,
painful death.
but he sees that as a challenge now, so.
Apparently, he sees it as a challenge. He's gonna
Remember me
have
as
to.
I was.
What do you want on your tombstone?
Death by white tiger.
Death by white tiger.
Yeah, you died. You died at the hands of the White Tiger Ranger.
Yes.
There you go.
I can think.
Oh no. Okay, that's
I'm
more.
going to the afterlife. Hey, Frank! Hands! You! Me! Now! And then I get roundhouse kicked once and fly 50 feet in the air.
You get roundhouse kicked once. You're like, hey, I didn't feel anything. Why is my body down there?
Oh.
I believe I
Hey,
can fly.
all right, getting back to it.
So again, folks, we wouldn't steer you guys wrong because Glitch Energy, Smart Energy formula, like Jose said, keeps you running strong all day long, just like us over here. And these guys are loaded with flavor. We wouldn't steer you guys wrong. We've been trying every single one of the flavors that we can get our hands on. So if we don't like it, we don't recommend it. And we have been liking every single one of the flavors that have come our way.
They've been pretty good.
And so we ask you guys to trust us to let you know what's good, what's a good product for you to enjoy. So check it out.
And of course, if you go to the website and use our promo code FlockFuel, you'll receive a 20% discount on your order.
And this way you can also taste how Karen's tears actually are.
Oh,
I mean,
it's so
amazing.
delicious.
The actual
It's
carrot
amazing.
tears are so tasty. The sour
I
grapes.
know.
I thought that it was going to be more sour than grape, but it was still grape, and it was still
No.
excellent.
It's sweet. You know why?
Why?
Because we finally make the Karens pay.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
By drinking
Well,
their tears.
However, we're falling into capitalism, and we're going to we're charging people to pay for to buy something that is freely produced by Karens when the Karens are triggered. So, which feels a little odd and it feels a little counterproductive, especially to my radical needs. But that's not the point. The point is it tastes good. The point is that we're giving you a discount.
delicious.
The point is that we want you guys to enjoy it, and we wouldn't be sharing it if we didn't want you to enjoy it, right?
Of course, absolutely.
So-
That being said, we'd like to thank Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens Flock. You have been very awesome. And, yeah, no, that's all I got. I've got no funny angels. Is something you wanted to add to this?
No, I really didn't. The flavor looks fantastic. I want to try it out. I wasn't expecting strawberry and watermelon.
And
I was
coconut.
I was expecting something yellow because tigers, you know? Especially something, I get the white
No,
because
it's tiger
Bengali.
blood, Angel. It's the flavor.
Oh, I get
It's
it now. The
it's-
coconut is the actual tiger. The other fruit is the blood.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know. It could be that the coconut meat is like the white blood cells, you know? Because
Yeah,
you get
maybe.
the, like coconut. And,
Now you're getting
you
a
know,
little technical.
All right.
Well, I'm trying to get a little.
It's
technical.
actually the bone marrow of the tiger.
Is
That's
it
can't
the
believe
bone
we're
marrow?
analyzing
Or is-
this.
are
I
we-
have to get through.
No, actually, no. The bone marrow is in the watermelon because of the
Shit.
seeds.
Point. Yeah, no, that's
Okay,
good. That's
But
good.
anyway, but jokes aside, to get realistic, of course, I do want to make this very clear for our viewers. We will not, and we do not, and will not subscribe to or support any type of animal cruelty. We're actually not going to go out of our way and wrestle white tigers or announce that we're going to wrestle white tigers. Okay, that type of empty threat only belongs to.
Take his mic away.
No.
Take his mic away. He's looking at us as a dare. He's
Listen.
looking at us as a dare. He's
know
looking
he
at
wants
us as a
to say
dare.
something. Take
Damn
it
it. No.
That type of threat are only reserved for two people. Number one, Angel Mendez. And number two, for people who thinks it's cool to do it and dismiss it that it's all just alcoholism, brother.
Oh, it's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank, brother.
Listen, the average Bengali tiger is over 200 pounds and runs at 30 miles an hour.
No.
There is no cruelty. If the damn thing
Stop,
comes
stop.
running at me and bouncing for my jugular, I will fight until I die. But more importantly, it is time to talk about pop culture news and the stupidity on the world. Because let me tell you, baby, election season is coming, and that means we're gonna get a lot of stupidity. Now, I believe that we have all here agreed that despite whether we like or dislike certain candidacies, we do not wish actual physical harm upon them. Because if they lose or win, we want them to at least do so on their own merits.
And
Even
we
the
want-
worst of the worst deserve that much.
And the loser ought to be alive in order to
Experience the feeling of
defeat.
loss.
Exactly.
Now, nobody told this to celebrities.
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
Yeah, and celebrities sometimes just run their mouths and don't think about consequences, right?
The greatest
That
and
is
most
true.
tragic comedy of pop media is letting people who are both A, very rich, and B, very out of touch with the world try to get involved into politics.
I almost
And
forgot
boy,
to.
howdy.
I almost forgot to say, I'm sorry, I forgot to shout out the folks on the stream over here. We got Kurisi Randasama, Lisa Boo, Aaron Cooper, the Joseph Santos, let's see who else. I see, oh shit, oh, Sarah Serenity Magical Cosplay, holy shit. Hey,
Hello.
sweetheart, how you doing, honey? Folks, do us a favor. Sarah Serenity, I want you to drop your Cash App, okay? Because this is a minor thing. Sorry, minor aside. Sarah Serenity Magical Cosplay, over here, camera. Look at me. Look at me when I talk to you.
The
Sarah
camera
Serenity
is like, this man's simping, I gotta go.
no,
Go on, Juan.
Okay, Sarah Serenity Magical Cosplay is the most wonderful fucking person. She's like the biggest fucking like blueberry muffin of a sweetheart. She wouldn't harm a fly unless the fly is trying to like sexually harass her. I mean, who wouldn't? But that's not the point. The point
You
is,
know some very strange flies, my man.
Unfortunately, you'd be surprised the flies I run into.
Please
the point
continue.
is, right now, it appears like Sarah Serendi and her family are dealing with a bit of a rough patch. They're trying to find a way to get back on their feet. They're trying to do a little bit of fundraising in order for them to be able to find a new home. Sarah Serendi, do me a favor. I want you to drop your Cash App right now. I want you guys, as best as possible, to spread the word, let folks who know about Sarah Serendi Magical Cosplay, and share her Cash App. I want folks to throw your good hard-earned money at this excellent and wonderful artist. She's been busting her ass for years to try to make her dream come true of an awesome Walking Dead film, and she is an excellent cosplayer. She's an excellent soul, and she doesn't deserve the bullcrap that she's dealing with right now. She's gonna need your help. Do me that favor. Please, Sarah Serendi, share your Cash App, and we'll make sure to pin it so that folks can spread the word. And as best as possible, we want you guys to help her out. Please and thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing that, Juancho. Let's go ahead.
Sorry about that. I was reminded. So
You're fine. Let's continue. Now, that being said, yeah, I guess right now is a good time to talk about Hulk Hogan.
So someone who isn't a sweetheart.
Brother!
Someone
brother,
who is definitely not a sweetheart. All
brother,
right.
you know what I'm going to do while I'm fighting my child support payments? I'm going to get into politics, brother.
Yes, Hulk.
He's not in child support. His kids are adults. He's paying alimony because of the divorce.
Oh, right,
From
right.
from his wife because of him being an ass and her leaving him for a young dude who's a third of their age.
Okay, at this point, if you guys don't know who Hulk Hogan is, where the hell have you been this past couple of decades?
Well known, once famous, and once beloved as a real American hero, Hulk Hogan was a man that was involved in several personal scandals, a couple of controversies, and his incredibly shitty attitude after leaving his partnership with WWE didn't help him.
The two major controversies that he was involved in was number one, the early 90s steroid scandal.
Which was proving he was in fact using steroids.
Yep.
A lot.
And number two was when he was outed by the news news media site Gawker when a porno tape was exposed to the public, and the real scandal was Hogan uttering a racist diatribe.
He was
Honestly,
going on a racist rampage.
that last one, I never really wanted to take that one too seriously because that footage was taken without his knowledge and consent. You're basically bringing tainted evidence to the coverage. But other ways, the result was the same. Public opinion destroyed this man, and his attitude towards the public opinion certainly didn't help him. If you look into the annals of fame of the WWE, he is the standard case for the star that burnt out. His fame is gone. He still has his money, but his glory days are long past him.
The motherfucker doesn't know how to let go, though. He is still clutching on to any kind of relevance he can. It's so much so that earlier this year and late last year, he was all over the news because he started dating a chick who's a Scientologist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Woo!
Continue.
And if I'm not mistaken, we actually brought this up when we
Oh,
spoke
God.
with former Clearwater City Councilor and Vice Mayor Mark Bunker.
That's right.
We brought that up to him, and I actually got into conspiracy theory time. Like, wait a minute, how do we know that this chick didn't just try to approach Hulk Hogan in like a stealth way to try to convert him to Scientology the same way they did with John Travolta and Tom Cruise?
I would not be surprised.
So I was only half wrong.
Damn it.
He didn't convert to Scientology. However, he did get approached by a bunch of right-wing conservatives, became born-again Christian, and is now wholeheartedly and full-throatedly, giggity, endorsing Donald Trump for the Republican nominee as the Republican nominee for this year's presidential campaign.
Oh yeah, he
So-
endorsed so hard that he literally pulled out all his Hallmark cards during the Republican National Convention last month, where he ripped off the shirt showing off the Trump campaign.
I saw that.
And he bragged about his 24-inch pythons and his usual, "What you gonna do, brother?"
So let me see if I get this straight.
Yeah.
Discovery.
Yep.
Fame.
Yep.
Glory.
Yep.
Reputation.
Yep.
Controversy.
Yep.
Alcoholism.
Yep.
Drug use.
Yep.
Loss of fame.
Yep.
Divorce.
Yep.
Christianity.
Yep.
I just described several celebrities. Guess which one?
That's gonna be a long list, dude. Yeah.
It is
Here,
almost
let me roll out the list.
It's almost a running gag that when a famous, well-known celebrity falls into the traps of drugs, alcohol, or personal controversy, it's only a matter of time before they become a born-again Christian.
Now, Angel.
And then run right into the politics.
Now,
Every time.
while there might be a long list of celebrities who follow the same trend, I think Hulk Hogan's recent antics might narrow that list down.
Now, obviously, when you get a famous person on your political campaign, you want them to shill for you. They do this all the time. It's inevitable. But leave it to Hulk Hogan to somehow screw up shilling correctly for his candidate.
Yeah.
Which is genuinely a level of bochamania I don't think the WWE could ever possibly recreate.
Hell no.
Can we put that on the bochamania compilation?
I'm pretty sure they already. I'm pretty sure Matthew's already ahead of the game on that part. But yeah, no, Hulk Hogan pretty much doubled down on his stupid rants, and we're gonna get into this right now, folks, because in an article provided to us by Vibe.com, the headline reads that Hulk Hogan threatens to quote body slam Kamala Harris in a racist rant. Kamala Harris.
This comes to us by Maya Abraham, and this came out not yesterday, but the day before, right?
God,
August 22nd.
Yeah,
you showed
so
me that
Thursday.
clip. You showed me that clip until it got to the end, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty dumb, but this is really.
We're gonna get to the clip in just a minute, but let's
and
go.
we want you guys to see the clip if you haven't seen it already. Okay,
All
here
right,
we go.
so Hulk Hogan riled up a rowdy crowd on Monday, August 19th, when asking if he should, quote, body slam Kamala Harris before he began questioning the vice president's racial identity. Hogan's bizarre rant came while he was speaking at an event in Ohio to promote his new beer.
Ew.
Of course. Oh, yeah, by the way, he's promoting a new brand. What was it called?
The Real American Beer.
Yeah, that thing tastes like ass, most likely.
Anyways, in a 90-second clip provided by TMZ, published by TMZ, the former reality star addressed the crowd with a series of questions before asking, quote, you want me to body slam somebody?
Yeah.
You want me to body slam Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Hogan mispronounced Harris, his first name, when he posed the question, and continued to do so as he repeated said question. I said, do you want me to body slam Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Do you want me to drop the leg on Kamala?
Yeah!
Here's the actual freaking video, guys, by the way.
By the way, everybody in that room was drunk out of their asses. Those yeah sounding so fucking limp.
They were slurred.
All right.
People were wasted.
They were.
Are we
These
okay?
guys were trashed. Let me crank the video on.
I'm just worried about if we're going to get flagged.
Fuck it. We ball. At this point, everyone's seen it. And at this point, motherfuck.
It's practically public record. Who knows?
And you know what I'll also do? I'll do this thingy where you see this clippity cloppy thing? You see that? Okay, stop it. There. This is the freaking clip. Here is the actual clippy clap of the clop clip that it's clipped from, and there's your clap. So we're gonna make sure that you guys clap, or you're gonna get clapped, or you're gonna get the clap. We don't know which one is worse, so we're just gonna give you something. The point is, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Here's the actual link to the clip. There.
That's a damn.
I don't know what I'm saying.
You are
Enjoy
clapping
this.
tonight.
You want the clap?
No.
No, nobody wants to
You
clap.
better not. Okay, here we fucking go. Who cares?
Bum, 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 bum.
You're supposed to say what? Okay? You guys need a cocktail? Need some crazy ladies? Need some muscles? Need some money? You need one beer? You need two beer? You need three beers? I got 4 beers? 5 beers? I got a pina colada? The Trader Vicks with a Werewolf of London? His hair was perfect. You want to get crazy? You want me to throw more beers out? You want me to body slam somebody? You want me to body slam Kamala Harris? I said, do you want me to body slam Kamala Harris? You want me to drop the leg on Kamala? Is Kamala a chameleon? Is she Indian? Okay, I like it. How? I'm gonna get heat for that one, brother. That was not me, that was the beers talking.
Awful.
I muted the mic so that folks could hear it, but yeah.
So, be
that
honest
was
with
fucking
me.
awful.
How do you do it? How do you fail at racism?
So, okay. Also, okay. It's not just the failure at racism over here that we're looking at over here. So, okay. The bit that you hear him doing with the crowd, this is something I want to point out. You see him like, oh, you want to have 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers. That not only is not anything original that Hulk Hogan had actually ever said. I actually found the fucking clip from it. It wasn't with Donald Trump, but it was a clip of a promo from forever ago by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
it was hilarious because he was actually like, I was at my home, I was sitting, I was relaxing, I was having 1 beer, I was having 2 beers,
That's where
3
that's
beers,
from.
4. He got like 8 beers, 9 beers, yeah, and a Bloody Mary, just to break it up because we're thinking 10 beers. Like, nope.
It was a blatant ripoff. Like Hulk, it wasn't cool when you started using the word jabroni from The Rock, okay?
And it's not cool that he's ripping off Stone Cold Steve Austin's almost 20-year-old material. So number 1, he's a ripoff artist. Number 2, he's like, whether you want to blame the alcohol or he's just kidding or it's a prank, bro, whatever. He's literally on camera saying, "Hey, you guys want me to body slam Kamala Harris?" It's Kamala, idiot. Learn to pronounce.
Like, dude, come on. Dude.
Like any like people have been black bagged by the CIA for less.
More importantly, even though, okay, consider the following. This is not a matter of a note of hypocrisy. When Trump got shot in the ear, people were making jokes about all the time, but the other side of the political party wasn't wishing for the guy to get shot again, because that is basically a good way to get everybody else to essentially abandon your position. If you're out there threatening violence against your political opponent of the person that you're representing, you're basically putting those words in their mouth. And dude, come on, that was not the beer talking. You put that beer in your body. That's on you. We are literally trying to get this stupid competition to go clean because the moment you start threatening physical violence against the other guy, you turn them into martyrs, and it makes you look like you are fucking on inch. Which, to be fair, this entire clip was pretty damn on inch.
Well, of course he's on edge. I mean, freaking man, like he's a 71-year-old dude clinging to the past, drinking and freaking like spouting whatever the hell he wants to say.
You know what the best part is though? He didn't have to rip off a better wrestler. His own gimmick could have worked just fine here. His entire stake is that he was a real hot-blooded American, red, white, and blue, and all that shit, right?
Right.
Why didn't he open with that? If he had been there dressed like Uncle Sam, spewing nationalistic rhetoric, I'd be like, okay, no, that's on brand for a wrestler.
That's his failure to read the room and to try to do something that's cool, even though it was 20 years dated.
Even if it was 20 years later, at least I could appreciate that he's trying to stick to his root, not trying to crib off the notes of a better wrestler. Like, come on, dude. Steve Cold Austin is already bigger and stronger than you. You're gonna rip the man off too? Do you want Steve the Cold Stone Ice Cream Austin to come to your house and give you the double scoop with a cone of waffles, brother?
Stone Cold Steve Austin is happily retired in a ranch he owns in southern.
Retired? Really?
Yeah, no, he's been retired. He's got himself his own ranch in Southern California. Cool. And another ripoff thing, Austin actually has his own line of beer called the Broken Skull IPA.
He even has a better name.
And it actually also tastes better than this real American beer probably
You know what
does.
else Austin isn't doing?
What?
Yeah.
Getting into politics.
Yeah.
No. So not only is he ripping off Stone Cold Steve Austin, not only is he threatening a politician in the middle of an election year, not only is he being blatantly racist at said politician, but he's being wrong in his racism.
He went from Indian from India to Indian from America.
He did the wrong India thing.
How the hell do you do that?
How the hell?
Indeed.
How the hell indeed?
Special.
You could have made so many jokes about the actual Indians. Like you could have made a million jokes about the actual Indians.
He could have done the really bad Apu, thank you, come again shit. He could have gone that route. He could have said, "Oh, check out the spicy foods, whatever the fuck." He could have done the whole poo in the loo over in India, whatever.
Do not redeem, sir. Do not redeem.
Hey, Wancho, suddenly Hulk Hogan's bit with the Yeti back in October 1995 is less embarrassing than this.
Wow.
This is there's a lot of things that are more embarrassing than Yeti,
But-
that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, how the fuck do you get racism wrong?
How? It's one of the easiest things you can do on the internet.
Yeah, no,
How
but
do you screw it up in
Help
real
me
life?
the fuck out here.
Honestly, I really think some people didn't learn history or even geography.
No, they didn't.
Seriously.
I'm sorry, but there is India, and then there are Native Americans from America.
Exactly.
Two different, distinct cultures.
Okay, they got history and geography wrong.
Yeah.
Both.
Of course.
Both. I think he needs to go back to
He
school.
went
is
into
on
wrestling.
one
Why
side
do you
of the
think he didn't
world,
go to school?
and the other is on the other side.
One is on the other side of the other world, and the other one is in a very, very special containment zone. They're not allowed to get out there.
No, because he knows where America is.
They
It's
are
right
not allowed
here.
to. America is whatever
So
my
how
heart
do
is,
you get
brother.
your own history wrong?
Easily. By not reading it.
By not reading it, by not learning
Or
from
by
it.
falling
Again, go
asleep
back
in
to school.
class when
Now,
we were going
with
over
that being
that.
now, before we continue, let me take a look here and see what they're saying.
Hey up, Sound Mind. Welcome to the
Hello.
Ravens flock over here. We appreciate you. let's see here. I'm all about freedom of speech and choice, says Sarah Serenity. So I'll make mine clearer. Kamala 2024. Okay, cool.
Okay,
whatever.
there you
Okay.
go. You're free
Sound
to make
mind.
those choices.
Hulk Hogan can't inflict physical violence anymore. The finger poke of doom would literally knock him out now. Ha
Well, yeah,
ha.
he's 71. You breathe on that man too hard, he
I'm for freedom of
dies.
speech as well. Yep, Stone Cold be sitting at, he's making cat videos. He's got a pair of cats that he owns, and he loves his kittens.
I spend my entire life omitting violence upon people.
I would love to hear an Apu impression from Hulk. Oh God.
The Joseph Santos, seriously. And Sarah Serena, I think the cheap beer and lack of sex fried his brain. I don't know, maybe. Half white and half Cherokee Indian here.
Hey, there you go.
See, there you go. See, like, Sarah Serendi's repping the Cherokee Nation. What the fuck, people?
Yeah.
Clapping. Yeah, no, seriously, like, the crazy fucking problem. Ben Cruz. Hey up, Ben Cruz. How you doing,
Ben
buddy?
Cruz, how you doing, man?
Let's see. I passed by his store on iDrive, and
there
there
were
were only 2 cars there. Oh God, that's right. Hulk Hogan has a merch shop in Orlando.
Yeah,
With
he
the
does.
life figure of himself.
Yeah, no.
I've seen the shop in Clearwater.
Yeah, no. Remember when we went to MegaCon and I'm like, holy shit, Hogan has a shop right there, and it was on International Drive when we went to IHOP, and I'm like, hey, y'all want to go see Hulk Hogan?
I actually saw him in his store in Clearwater. He was
Yeah.
walking out.
Yeah, we
Like,
did adult type. We're like,
what?
Oh, he's there.
oh, that's the guy?
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, our mom went to school with him.
Really?
I'm not surprised. I'm
Yes,
legitimately not surprised.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Now that I think about
that.
All right, but
It's weird when the famous people become part of your everyday life all of a
It's-
sudden. It's like
but-
it's like a new world open before you. Like,
But bringing it back to the story, you'd think that is the dumbest thing that ever came out of that evening, right?
I mean, at this point, if it's just words, we can laugh. It's not like nobody got hurt. It's not like nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt, right?
It's not like nobody got hurt, right?
well,
did get hurt.
Well, it turns out that it's wrestling,
got
so
hurt?
somebody had to get hurt.
Who got hurt?
in an article provided to us by WBYC, the headline reads, a woman was taken to the hospital after being injured by a beer can at the Hulk Hogan event in Medina County Bar.
How badly can someone get hit by a beer can?
It depends if the beer can's
How
still full
hard
or
are
Is
not.
it
you
full or
throwing
empty?
this beer can?
Okay, if it's empty, it shouldn't hurt that
Are
much,
you
right?
doing a baseball pitch or are you doing a softball pitch?
When
mean
you're
shotgun.
throwing something like that, you should do underhand.
Yeah, normally.
Not
It's a heavy
overhand.
object. If
Listen,
it's-
brother, I don't underhand anything. I do javelin throws.
All right, and this comes to us by who? What's her name?
Authored by Justin McMullen. This
Thank you.
happened at, he was published at 2:05 p.m. and then I got blinded.
All right, so a woman was taken to a hospital and needed several stitches after being
struck with a flying.
after being struck with a flying beer can during a promotional event for Hulk Hogan's newest beer brand at a Medina County bar, according to a police report.
Oh, dear God.
The
Yeah,
the incident happened Monday while the former wrestling star was on a tour of Northeast Ohio promoting his Real American Beer brand.
oh man.
Do we have any more info on that? Okay.
Oh, there's
Yes, we
plenty
do. According to a Medina Township Police Department incident report, officers were called in to Thirsty Cowboy Bar on Medina Road just before 5:30 p.m.
Thirsty Cowboy.
It's a fitting name.
Yeah,
the name of that
Thirsty
It works,
Cowboy.
it works.
On Medina Road just before 5:30 p.m. and were immediately notified by the victim's daughter that her 50-year-old mother had been hit in the head with a beer thrown from the stage and that she was bleeding.
Damn.
Okay, how hard was she hit by that? What did they just go boom?
He did a softball spike like
Oh my god!
he
When
looked
you're
at
Why
a
do
beer.
you have to throw?
Yeah, when you're throwing
A
things
beer
into
can.
the crowd, you don't really aim it directly at people. I'm sorry, you
don't.
aim it up
He
and
looked
let
at
it fall.
He looked at that shit and he just baseball pitched it.
I used to be. That's actually one of the
Like,
fucking.
why was the reason it was thrown in the first place?
Because
Good
it was
question.
a party.
You're supposed to toss
That's
it,
what I'm
not
trying to
throw.
figure out.
Which reminds me, this whole fucking thing about throwing like pitch being baseball style. It just reminded me of one of the a fact of Hulk Hogan, him being a habitual liar about his past, about his backstories. He made up these like ridiculous stories about I was in minor league baseball when I was just in college and they wanted me over in the Yankees, but I got into wrestling instead, brother.
Wow.
I got into weightlifting, like
Amazing.
Bullshit.
Just like how Hulk Hogan used to play the bass.
right.
But anyways, continuing with the article here, officers made contact with the 50-year-old and found her holding her head with a towel pressed to the wound. The woman told the police she turned her head and dropped to the floor when the beer hit her. According to the police report, witnesses first told the police that the beer that hit the woman was thrown by Hogan himself. But other witnesses later told them it was a different crew member who, quote, was throwing beers from the stage like a baseball pitch instead of
I was kidding
tossing
about the
them.
baseball
Nope.
pitch.
Let's see, quote, due to conflicting information from numerous patrons, it is unclear who threw the beer that injured the woman, the report reads. Police said there was an, quote, excessive amount of people at the bar. The woman's husband applied pressure and ice to the wound until paramedics arrived and her husband drove her to a Medina hospital for treatment. The woman's daughter told police that her mother received 9 stitches in her head near her hairline and that the family was watching for concussion symptoms. She also clarified that they were still unsure of who threw the beer that injured her mother, but that they reached out to a lawyer in hopes of obtaining closed-circuit television footage that could shed more light on the incident. 3 News reached out to representatives for Hogan's Real American Beer for comment.
No comment.
No.
Okay, so we
comment.
have conflicting statements. When she says she threw it, a bunch of patrons said somebody else threw it.
And remember, people were drinking heavily.
Oh, people were drinking
Yeah.
heavily. Even the
So
cops
it's-
were
Well,
like,
of
there's
course
way
there's
too
gonna
many
be
thirsty
conflicting
cowboys in
here.
here.
So it's hard to take any testimony from anyone who was there.
We'll have to wait until some actual evidence shows up. It
Yeah.
was being filmed, the event.
Yeah,
so
it was
somebody
being
has to have
evidence.
filmed it.
Will
so there
tell
has to be video
who
evidence of
actually
this shit.
threw it.
That being said, it strikes me that, okay, going to a place to promote beer means you're going to have drinking. That's inevitable. But
Especially if
whoever
it's a bar.
dumbass was throwing beer around, by default should not have been allowed in that event in the first place. Like, bro.
You really expect drunk people to be able to catch something?
No.
Yeah, not even. Do you expect
No.
drunk people to behave themselves? No. Like,
no.
if it was like shirts or clothing apparel, I get it. That wasn't her.
No,
shit,
no, because
but full
dude,
cans of beer,
if people are that trashed, they can barely even hold their drink steady.
Fair enough.
It's sloshing everywhere. You really think they're gonna be able to catch something?
shit, I guess that means that
Especially
Hogan's beer
something that
works.
is heavy as a beer can.
Well, I guess
A
that
t-shirt, okay, you know what? It's fabric. You know, you can
ain't
grab.
gonna hurt
You grab
you.
something.
It won't.
It's a
a
beer
t-shirt
can.
will not hurt you.
It's a beer can.
Ironically-
If I suddenly throw a beer can at you right now, you think they're gonna be like, wait, what?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
those are small. They fly fast.
Yes,
Especially-
yes, they do.
Especially considering the type of throw that they were talking about over here. They're saying, like, instead of, like, throwing it up in the air,
It was a
it was
baseball
like a
pitch.
baseball
Boom.
beeline
Like, what
straight.
were you doing there?
Anyone who suddenly sees something very quickly flying
Straight
at them,
line.
you are shocked. At first, you're like,
Also, that's a
What?
50-year-old
and
lady who's
your
probably also
reaction
tipsy
time
herself.
Is
is
delayed.
delayed when you're drinking.
But that being said, if it all turns out to be Hulk Hogan, that's going to look bad on him for a multitude of reasons.
I mean, this already looks bad on him for a multitude of reasons. This would just add another layer to the shit kick at this point.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Like, just in case it's the way. Okay, I gotta understand how do you get. I still can't get over that stupid clip because how do you get racism wrong? It still blows my mind.
Yeah,
Listen.
that's I knew that was going to be the one big hang up that you were
can't-
going to have,
the
Angel.
soy jack getting racism wrong versus the chat learning geography so you can get racism right.
Like, oh yeah, well, at least I wasn't. At least my nation wasn't stripped away and had itself ripped apart and ripped in two because of British imperial rule that caused us to have a partition between Hindus and Muslims over here. So take that, you silly partitionist bitch or whatever.
At least
Brother!
the nation didn't get killed by blankets.
See what I
Come
see what I
on,
mean?
We have so much
you
worse things.
You
to
could
say.
like blankets filled with chicken pox.
All
He
right,
could
all
be
right.
like, if Hulk Hogan put 2 minutes of effort into it, he could have come up with a clever zinger.
You know
but
what?
the fact is that his fucking addled steroid fried brain is so fucking like encrusted that it's like sclerosis of steroids that the motherfucker
It's just a clone.
got his geography and racism wrong.
You know what happens when you have those bags that you fill with ice for your headaches?
Yeah.
And they're filled with all those chunks of ice?
Yeah.
That's what his brain feels like right now. You touch that, it's just hard lumps floating in something.
Oh!
It's-
Why do I have that? How the hell did you make that come off sounding weird? Fuck, man.
Well, you see, when I was in college, I took anatomy class, and we
All
had to
right.
dissect brains.
I don't think we're ready for that backstory.
No.
Angel.
Brains actually
No.
don't smell very good.
No.
In fact, they smell very badly.
No.
All right, so
They have
let's.
this pungent.
All right,
Cut off.
Angel,
All right, guys, let's
please,
go ahead and
I'm
turn
begging
to the
you.
live chat. Sarah Serenity's asking, how the fuck does a beer can do damage now? Is it made of steel?
No,
Well,
it's likely that the beer can was still unopened, and so that shit's gonna be full, and it's gonna
And
have
the
liquid.
pressure too.
Yeah.
Also, it's probably that the part that hit her was actually
the rim of the can.
Rim.
was the top
Yeah.
of it.
That
So-
could actually do
yeah.
And if it
damage
hits you
thrown
right
at
there,
a
Yeah,
good
it's
amount
gonna
of
If
go.
it was the flat part, you get a bruise at the worst. But if you
And
get hit with the
Soundmine
edge-
is saying, I bet
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was trying to catch the beer can, but it hit the poor woman instead.
Maybe. We don't know.
We don't know,
We
dude.
don't know
It could be
yet.
it. It could be not.
Let's see, am I the only one who thinks Angel is doing a Scarface Stallone impression? No.
No, that's just what I sound like.
Also, thank you,
Thank you.
Juan, for shouting out to me. It is rough right now for me and my family. We're currently trying to get everything settled, and we need all the help we can get. Not a problem. That's why we're here to help however we can. If a beer can cause stitches and bleeding on a woman, then they need to think about a new container for beer. Sounds like they used a heavy metal.
I think they
no,
need to
that's not
consider
it.
not
No.
throwing beer cans at people.
No,
like
yeah,
that.
like-
Just don't throw heavy objects at people.
Just don't throw the
Yeah.
can.
Especially
Raven's
drunk
Flock
people.
says, remember kids, don't throw heavy objects at people. We are reduced to the level of fucking
dude,
Elmo
drunk people-
Street.
I-
We're
No.
reduced to the level of billing of all fucking.
No.
Here's your stupid sign.
No, guys.
Stuff. Oh my god.
What they should have done instead of throwing the beer, because again, if you throw beer, it's gonna end up shaking,
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
that's
taste like ass.
it's gonna taste like shit.
And
Right.
if,
So
and if you open it, it's gonna go everywhere.
yeah.
It's gonna
So
explode.
instead, hand them out, but throw T-shirts instead. Come on.
Everyone
Everyone likes
Simple as
catching
that.
T-shirts,
Listen,
right?
brother, I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna shell out
Unless
to get
they're
any sort
frozen
of cheap
t-shirts,
t-shirts.
then they hurt.
I love
That doesn't work
How
for
do
me,
you freeze
brother.
the dry ice?
Listen, that doesn't
Freeze
work for me,
t-shirts.
brother.
Why would you freeze a t-shirt?
Some people
You
do,
know,
and it's
Some
weird.
events do.
You want to freeze the t-shirt, brother, but that doesn't work for me,
I-
brother. It's gonna cut into my bottom line.
I love the fact that we are making up
Listen,
a better
brother.
campaign for
Oh
Hogan.
no! Even better if you want to celebrate your beer, you know what? Make beer candies. There you go. Have a packet and throw it up in the air.
Or
There
just
you
have- Just have
go.
a table with a bunch of cans that people can grab it. The fact that we are here giving Hogan better advice to his
Advice?
campaign, like Hogan, my man.
For his
Line-
ad
line up-
campaign for his
line up
beer,
your
which
beer
probably
on
tastes like
a
ass.
table and
Hand
have
the
free
beer.
samples.
Don't throw
There
the
you go.
beer.
The
Exactly.
Scottish
How many times have we gone across the Red Bull girls with the fucking little tiny car?
Or the
and
monster
Or
one.
the monster
That
car.
had the big trucks.
Exactly. Have
the
any of
cute
them
girl with
chucked
tan
it at our
legs and the big
fucking
butt.
heads? No.
Hell no.
They would stand on the back of the truck or outside of the car,
They would just
and they
hand
would
it out.
hand it to you. They would
Or they'll
hand
have
it to you.
set
Hey,
up
little
on a
kid, you
little
want some
table.
rocks in your
Exactly.
pee hole?
Exactly.
Now-
Hey, it's green, so it's nature. No, you fucking hand it to
Nature,
someone.
brah.
Now
It's
listen,
nature,
guys, we could spend a lot. We could spend the entire evening giving ideas for Hulk Hogan, but the fact of the
Racist
matter,
ideas.
Will he
Yeah.
listen? Probably
No.
not.
but the fact of the matter is, despite the level of stupid and the level of trouble that he's bringing down upon himself, it's still not going to get him canceled for a while. Canceled for a while. He survived every controversy, every scandal in his life. This is definitely not going to cancel him for life.
That's because at worst, this is cringe. Like, you failed at being offensive. Like, I can't even be mad at him for being racist because he couldn't even do that right.
Exactly.
Now,
That
if he
being
was actually-
said, the same cannot be said for certain Star Wars projects.
Well, we're going to go with that first?
We're
I thought
going
we were
there.
Okay, fine, fuck it. We ballin'.
So,
All right.
Star Wars
Okay, here we go.
has been doing pretty good. It's been releasing a lot of projects recently. It's been making quite a bit of money. Unfortunately, there is a combination of quality versus quantity, and it seems that in the quantity, a bunch of people have decided that the quality is not quite up to snuff. Specifically, the people in charge of Disney. Because as of recently, The Acolyte has been cancelled.
I'm so
after its
disappointed.
first season.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
You know, it's really it seems to be a running theme that you have something in the first season and then it's canceled.
Honestly, it seems to be happening a lot,
Something
even
that's
with the most
really
famous
good,
IPs.
too.
Lots of really
Yes.
good shows come in and fall down. Now, according to the official explanation given by Disney, the main reason why they canceled this is because of all the new shows for the Star Wars they have released, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka
Ahsoka.
Tano's Bizarre Adventure,
Cassian Andor.
Cassian Andor, this is the one that sadly did not do the requested numbers. As far as their information has told us, after the first episodes bombed, the numbers began to steadily decline, and that combined with the enormous amount of money that Disney was putting into this, meant that a bunch of really important people in suits got together on a big table and said, delete, delete, delete,
No.
delete,
No.
delete,
No.
delete,
No.
delete.
Mother of fucks.
All
No,
right.
but for real
Okay.
though,
Wait,
sadly,
so they didn't just cancel, they completely deleted it.
the show.
No.
Well,
They
the
didn't
show is still
delete.
there.
Listen. To clarify, the show itself has not actually been deleted or removed from Disney Plus.
You can
Never
still
seen
watch
again.
it.
You can still watch the entirety of the first season. The problem is that it's not going to be going forward with a second season, as
the second
was.
season's not happening.
Second season is not happening for it.
Sadly, it is
How many
gone.
episodes did they get?
8 episodes.
Okay.
On a budget of, what was it, 160 or 180?
$183 million for the whole thing.
$183 million for the production. One trouble that I'm finding on it is, listen, I'm the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm Star Wars for life. I'm ride or die for Star Wars. Fuck the fandom menace. I will defend Star Wars to my dying breath. Now, that being said, 8 episodes, roughly half an hour each.
Yes.
Not exactly a lot of time to spill out the story.
I'm sorry, how long do you say the episodes were?
About half hour.
30 minutes only?
Roughly, yes.
That's it?
That's it. Each episode.
That
For the-
doesn't sound too long.
For the record,
short.
every other TV show had at least
1 hour.
almost double that length.
Yeah. No, each one was roughly 1 hour shows.
Wow,
Episodes.
no wonder this felt like it went by so
Wait,
fast.
so why is it that the others were much longer than Acolyte then?
Wish I knew. Don't
Apparently,
know.
it's a combination of the
You
budget
can't
matters.
really tell a lot
Actually, yeah,
of
because-
story in
like,
30 minutes. It's-
For the record,
Without seeming rushed.
the entirely of the Mandalorian.
Except for the last episode, the season finale, that one was closer to an hour.
Yeah.
But
There
yeah,
you
For
go.
the
Hang on,
record,
Angel.
I think this is genuinely a budget issue because The Mandalorian, which was 3 seasons and had way more special effects, like way more goddamn special effects, 120 million only.
for which season?
All 3.
No, that's
Yeah.
not possible.
Yeah.
That is impossible.
No, yeah, that's it.
Hold on.
The entire Mandalorian is only 120 and Obi-Wan
for one
Kenobi.
season. See, 120 million for one season.
Oh, one season. Hang on. Let me check the whole thing then. Because one season, how many episodes was that?
Shit.
For the Acolyte?
No,
No,
the
for the Mandalorian.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
this is still a budget case if that's the matter. Because I gotta look that up. Because one season of The Mandalorian had more than 8 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And every episode was an hour long.
Yeah, no kidding.
And those episodes
Oh,
had
okay. Season 1 had 8 episodes. Season 2,
8.
8. Season 3, 8.
Okay, so
So they all had 8 episodes. The only difference is The Mandalorian
was
got
only 120 million. He
for
had-
for one season,
Yeah, 120. That's it.
and what do you call it? And each episode was an hour long.
So The Mandalorian got longer episodes with way more special effects, but it costed less. And for some reason, Disney threw $63 more million at this show, gave them half of the time, and then decided, well, we spent all this money. I can't believe we didn't make all of it back. Shut the whole thing down and burn it to the ground.
The crazy part about that is that a lot of the budget itself, that extra 63 million or whatever, you got to remember that the Acolyte also did a lot of location filming.
Oh.
So whereas the stuff for Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and the Mandalorian, the majority of that
We
shit
found a
was,
stripped salt mine. You're going to film it there.
actually no, Angel. They filmed at the volume. They filmed at the big gigantic sound stage that Disney and Lucasfilm put together.
Oh,
It's the one with the
they
digital
built it.
background. It's the one with the digital background that you can actually digitally
So they made it
manipulate.
in-house, basically.
Exactly. So that way the majority of the budget can go towards the effects, so it looks badass, and they save money that way. Here, they had to do a trade-off on the Acolyte, where you had practical effecting happening with some puppetry work and with the lightsabers on there. That's why people were complaining, like, what's up with these guys using the practical light-up lightsabers? That's so weird. Well, it's because they had
I
to do
thought
a
they
trade-off
looked good.
because... Well, of course, they look excellent. The lightsabers look awesome now. Like, the trouble on that is that you've had that trade-off because you also have location shooting. They filmed in actual places. They didn't just go into the volume for the majority of it. They filmed on locations for a lot of this, which
Yeah,
gave
no wonder.
which gave the scope that they were looking for in the Acolyte, which gave the Star Wars element that you needed.
The sense of large.
Exactly. So they were just approaching it a different way, which is why it needed the extra money.
Unfortunately, that different way was also the expensive way, and apparently the stockholders decided that combined with the viewership numbers not being as monumental as they wanted it to be, resulted in the bad results. And unfortunately, I wish I could tell you why, but
We're going to get into
People
it. Don't
were
worry
just not
about
that
it.
excited for it.
Now, in this article provided to us by...
No, this is the crazy thing. Comicbook.news. This one I will say, considering that this website has images that are broken links,
Take it
so
with a
it
grain of
doesn't
salt.
load at all. Okay,
Take-
there's Cosmic Book News. There we go. My
Take
bad.
it with a grain of
Cosmic
salt.
Book News. All right,
Yeah,
so
take it with. Why the fuck don't these guys fix their website? Fix your fucking website, Cosmic News. You should be fucking paying us for plugging your broken ass website.
I'm sorry, we
All
ran
right.
out of budget for that too.
Fuck.
So the headline reads...
We're the Ravens flock, and we look.
Well,
at
the
this
Ravens
shit.
flock. Fuck budgets.
Jesus, man. All right, so the headline reads, The Acolyte Nielsen ratings. Disney's Star Wars fan base plummets by 75%.
Again, so like this just comes off a little bit shadier, and I hadn't found any credible links in this about the actual Nielsen ratings for it. But let's see, the Nielsen ratings are in as expected. They're not good. The number being the second worst for Disney Star Wars. We already knew the viewership was lower than Ahsoka, but it's also been learned the viewership is much lower than The Mandalorian by what looks to be nearly 75%. It's lower than Obi-Wan Kenobi and even lower than Book of Boba Fett. The Acolyte beats Andor in terms of viewership and really not by much. The Acolyte costs nearly double of Ahsoka, 187 million versus 100 million, while the Nielsen ratings reveal that Ahsoka's viewership is nearly double of that of the Acolyte. Disney and Bob Iger definitely can't be happy about these numbers. What are the Acolyte Nielsen ratings? Here we go. Okay, so according to...
For the record, the Nielsen thing measures how many minutes of the show are being watched. As a
All
measure
right.
of telling how many people are watching it, it's much how many people are watching for how long.
So
That's what matters.
yeah. So according to Nielsen, the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte were watched for 488 minutes.
Millions of minutes.
Millions of minutes. So
Millions of minutes. Or if we take the average of the 2 episodes,
that's 244.
That's 244.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the first two. It always starts big at the beginning.
All right, what about the other Star Wars shows? Okay, via Ahsoka via Nielsen, the 2-episode premiere back in August 22nd last year was watched 829 million minutes, an average of 414.5 per episode.
So that's doubled from The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, I already see an issue here.
Oh?
This is the first 2 episodes for this, and we're seeing it millions of minutes, so 244 for those first 2 episodes.
Yes.
However,
that's episode
here-
1 and episode 2.
Let's see, was watched for 823, so that averages 415. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
this is
double.
the phrasing that I'm finding dubious over here. That averages 414.5 per episode. Are you guys sure you're referring to just the 2-episode premiere, or are you referring to the full 8 episodes of this first season?
Yeah, the details
That's
seem a
what
little
I
sketchy.
want.
I think they were working on the first episode because otherwise they would have put way more numbers.
Okay, so if you're just talking about, so if we're only talking about the first 2
Yeah,
episodes here,
episodes 1 and 2. They're basically,
Book
they
of
gauge
Boba
the
Fett.
most popular because it's usually it always highest when it starts.
right? So
Fair
Andor
point.
premiered with 3 episodes, which was watched 6 to 24 with an average of 208 per episode.
That one was lower, ironically enough.
Yeah, but
That one started low and then climbed high.
But then again, it started with 3 episodes, each one being an hour long.
Yeah, it was like a movie special.
Yeah, which, hey, I got no issues with that. Me personally, I love binging, but obviously not a lot
Not
of people.
everybody can do that kind of thing. Andor is like its own weird case
Yeah.
because Andor was a shot in the dark that worked out pretty good. But continuing on, Obi-Wan premiere with 2 episodes on May 27th for 1,026, an average of 513 per episode. That's
It's
pretty
also
good.
Obi-Wan.
I
The
mean,
book-
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, hello.
The Book of Boba Fett is like the second lowest in this case. That one is the one that didn't catch up as well because I think it's people just wanted more Mandalorian. That's
And-
389.
That's for a single episode premiere.
Yeah, and Mandalorian season 2, which was the most popular, premiered for 1031, which is ridiculous.
With just 1 episode, which is fucking
Now,
crazy.
we don't have the numbers for Mando, because that one is still cooking. But as you can see on the chart, the Mandalorian seasons 2 and 3 are the ones that kept up the momentum the highest. Obi-Wan Kenobi started strong and it remained more or less the same for its run. Ahsoka started a little lower, but it remained the same. Book of Boba Fett is the 3rd lowest. The Acolyte is the 2nd lowest, and Andor started as the 2nd lowest. The main problem is that if, based on what the information and reports gave away to what actually the reasoning was for shutting down the show, is that while some shows either remain steady or climb higher, the Acolyte began higher and began to climb down. Now, I cannot tell you why that is. As far as I can tell, the people who didn't like the show weren't going to watch it in the first place. So their view basically doesn't matter. But the people that actually liked the show either dropped off or they simply stopped caring. Now, I don't know what I was. I watched the whole thing. Juan watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole
I
thing.
wouldn't,
I
I
haven't.
wouldn't claim that I'm supporting it
watched.
per se.
Nope.
I just wanted to see if it was good or not. I thought it was alright. But I think that Juan nailed it when he mentioned it, that the main issue was the fact that it didn't have enough time. You're trying to portray one of the most important conflicts in the entire story of Star Wars. How the Jedi began their rose to power.
Their fall from
their
power.
fall from power, and eventually became the hidden threat that lurked in the shadows of the Republic with the poisonous knife.
With showing the actual birth of the Sith.
Or rather,
the emergence of the Sith there.
Exactly. The problem is, something like that requires time to really get his ideas across. Ironically, he needed the time that Andor got. He needed more people talking to each other and less lightsaber fights, ironically enough.
Which is actually fun because, you've seen the lightsaber fights in the
Yeah, they were pretty good.
They were fucking brilliant, is what they did. All
that
of that
dude
was
with the cancel it out juice and just headbutting
yeah,
was hilarious.
Manny Jacinto, the fucking actor behind it, he was wearing that that armor and the fucking helmet thing.
What was that called again?
Cortosis.
Cortosis,
which is like a Legends thing. One would imagine that the old school this isn't my rules, that they would love seeing. Oh hey, this was from the old expanded universe. They're bringing it over. This is awesome. But no, they're just shitting on it. Because why?
I think that's the problem, because they're bringing it over.
Why? That's the thing they want, though.
No, they do not.
What the fuck do you mean? No, they do not.
No, they don't. They want an adaptation of the Old Republic. This is not an adaptation. This is its own thing, taking elements from the Old Republic, and that means that the people that were not interested in this in the first place, they were not going to watch it to begin with.
Can I offer you a counterpoint?
I'm listening.
There's really no pleasing the Star Wars fans, regardless of what you give them. Because even if you do give them exactly what they want, they'll find another reason to complain.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
So the question is, what happens
about.
to the ones that were watching this that started to drop off? Because I know there has to be some fans that like the new Star Wars, that like the Disney work, and I believe, and mind you, this is just a hypothesis here, it's just oversaturation at this point. That's it. They keep releasing show after show after show after show after show. I'm not they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the shows are bad. Shit, I love the majority of the shows on that list. Some of them were alright, some of them didn't quite gel with me.
Just too much content.
But there is, ironically, too much content and there is not enough time.
I think I know what it is. I think it's demand from the corpos. Like they're demanding more content, more.
They're demanding
more content,
more
but less time.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to crack out 9 episodes, 1 hour each. I'm giving you $5. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun.
This business.
Oh, by the way, I need this in an hour.
But sir, I don't have Robert
59 minutes.
So, guys, this business strategy does not work. Like the Rooster Teeth fell victim to that business strategy.
Shit, good point.
Yeah. When Warner Brothers and AT&T were demanding for more shows, for more content from Rooster Teeth, and they were working their animators overtime to churn out the content.
And the result is that the content also lost quality because they were just churning out shit. Listen, you need time to write down a plot of an episode. You can't just be dumping this day after day. The only people that get away with this is South Park because it takes them 5 minutes to animate something.
Well, that is true.
And that's the thing. You can't really rush writing and plot. If you do, it's trash.
It's gonna turn out.
And then there's really no saving trash.
Yep.
Even if you try and put a bow on it, it still looks like
Listen. You can try and Febreze it. But there's only so much that you can use. If it's literally overwhelming, you will still smell the shit.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it'll smell nice for a while.
Unfortunately, Zayana Rose
does. Episode.
Unfortunately, Zayana Rose does have a point. You can't save it because it's gonna be shit.
Okay, and I'm gonna spoil everyone with the fucking actual plot of the fucking story.
So spoiler alert.
You don't have to.
Yes, I do.
You really don't. But
obligatory disclaimer, spoiler fucking alert from season 1 of the Acolyte.
We're talking about the plot of the Acolytes, where Acolyte things happen in Acolyte Town, USA.
Watch your step, Dragonfang. Are you okay?
You all right?
Sure. Are you all right? She nearly tripped on the cables over here. Okay. So Okay, so this takes place 100 years before episode 1.
Bless you.
No, turn it back to me. Turn it back to me.
Wait. Okay, this happens 100 years before episode 1, so during the High Republic era, this is where the Jedi Order is at the height of their power, and they're doing exploration and shit. A former Jedi apprentice, her name is OSHA violations, huh? She's apparently being framed for murdering a Jedi Master, and it turns out that this Jedi Master has some connection with her, so the Jedi are sent out to bring her in. Her old master, who's played by
the main character of Squid Game.
Squid Game, yes.
He learned English for this role.
Exactly.
By the way, the original guy for him,
Yep.
Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
Man, I
Yeah.
wish I had popcorn.
He had to stop. He couldn't
I
go
wish I had
because he had previous
popcorn.
appointments.
We still have chips somewhere.
We still-
We'll
yeah,
get it
it's
later.
on- it's on the table, but
Okay,
go
Turns
on.
out
So-
that even outside the
Funny.
Matrix, he
Oh, no,
can
no,
dodge
no.
bullets.
Okay, so he trained her. She looks to him like a father figure because he did the same stupid thing that Qui-Gon did. And it's like, this girl is already older, but why are we training her as a Jedi? She's actually really super strong in the Force. We need to actually
She's
make
a prodigy.
we need to actually make sure that she's trained right so she doesn't become a danger.
Unfortunately, evil hot Asian man with oiled abs showed up and she became a danger. Which means that the main problem with the Acolyte was the fact that it was a woman moment.
God dang it! All right, so she has a twin sister that she thought died in a fire.
Yes.
Turns out that her and her twin sister were not just were not 100% naturally born. They were born from a coven of basically Night Sisters.
Yeah, turns
Force
out
witches.
they do this weird ritual where they concentrate life force into like the womb of one of their members and they basically create birth. It's not quite immaculate
It's not
conception.
the same as it's not the same
because-
as Immaculate Conception because they're the ones who manipulated it and they're the ones who fucking did it.
Does this count as the dark side of the Force?
So
Because
they
they're
were not
basically
born
using
of
the
men.
They were not born of
They
men.
were artificially inseminated with the Force, and it was okay. They didn't go into the specifics. The point is that the witches of that coven in particular reproduce using the Force. How exactly does it work? Don't worry about it.
It's the Force.
Yeah, the rest.
So was this
There's
supposed to like
midichlorians.
almost replicate how Anakin was born?
Okay,
Almost
Similar.
No,
All right.
similar, but not 100%.
Okay.
All right,
And
guys, I
actu-
think we're getting too
No,
sidetracked.
we're not getting too psyched. We're going into
you
spoiler
can't stop
territory.
him.
It's okay.
You can't stop
It's
him.
okay.
How much spoilers are you going to
All of it.
No, dude,
All
we got
the spoilers.
more
Jose,
stories to talk
Jose.
We're going to talk about
Jose,
those.
you cannot
If you
wait.
don't interrupt me, I'll get through it. So don't interrupt me.
Jose,
So the
you
fucking thing-
can't stop him.
That's
You can't
4
stop
hours
me.
of spoilers. Are you ready for this?
Okay, so, what's her face? Turns out her twin sister didn't die in this fire
No.
that killed the entire coven.
She was
her
a witch.
twin sister survived, and she's out for revenge. She's killing the Jedi, because these particular Jedi were the ones that she believes are responsible for murdering their family, but they're not. It's all a big fucking clusterfuck of people getting too twitchy, having too much mistakes, with like fucking people committing errors.
Yeah.
People like, tensions.
Remember the error
tensions
when
rise.
that one lady turned into a black cloud of Satan smoke and the other Jedi killed her in self-defense and I was supposed to believe that he was not wrong for doing so?
Like that's not even no, that was a fuck up. And yeah, no, he did. And he still doesn't bring it in himself to admit that he fucked up. He just tries to coach like, oh, I'm just trying to look out for you. Like, no, he doesn't ever
I don't know.
admit.
Oh no,
to
he was
saying-
right though.
Huh?
I agree. He didn't fuck up at all.
What the fuck you mean he didn't fuck up?
She turned into a cloud
Well,
of
you-
angry
well, you know what?
smoke at him.
No, but
dude.
he's like he's trying to justify it to her by saying like, no, I did this
not
for you. I'm
interrupt
trying to save you. Like, you still killed my mom. You're not gonna at least say I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
there's no rationalization with that.
And so at the end of it, the sisters are flipped. The murdering sister gets brought in by the Jedi. The sister who was framed turns to the dark side. She becomes the apprentice of the dude with the sexy abs and the cortosis helmet and everything. And all this is basically
Cortisone helmet.
cortisone. God damn it! Fuck cortisone. No, cortosis.
No, it's cortisone now. He
Cortisone.
killed it with the power of over-the-counter medication.
God damn it.
Let's continue.
So the point is, all of this is basically meant to lead us to like, okay, now we're seeing the ramifications of this murder investigation, and we're going to see what's going to happen next with this girl and this Sith apprentice. He's taking her on as his acolyte. She's the one who becomes the acolyte.
And supposedly this is how it starts. The show essentially ends going with a big shot of them standing near the ocean. The show telling you this is where everything goes wrong for everybody. It was very clearly meant to follow up a hookup for a sequel so they could at least expand more of it. But once again, this is the kind of plot that needs more
Left
than
off
8
at a plot
half-hour
hanger?
episodes to explain.
Left off at a plot hanger.
A cliffhanger, yes.
Cliffhanger, yeah. The worst thing ever.
The viewers just didn't care that much for the thing because, like I said, whatever the reasons, the viewing numbers began to drop around episode 3, and they just kept going down. And Disney took their big boy britches together and looked at the budget and looked at the viewership numbers, and
They said no
decided
more.
perish. And then they went the extra mile and removed all merchandise of the Acolyte.
The
from store.
merchandise is what got removed from the Disney store.
Gone.
Yeah.
Not
There is no merchandise in Ba Sing Se.
bullshit.
Wait. So, are we talking online, or did they also remove it at the
at the stores.
At
and
the
all that?
stores.
Oh, those are
the
probably
physical
still
stores.
there. Like you can't
Yeah.
just recall those. That's why more
You
money
do
are
realize
wasted.
that a lot of people are going to start buying them and then
Yeah.
Collector's
If they actually
scalping.
give a crap, then yeah, that might actually work as a collector. But yeah, ultimately, this boils down to the same thing of this show, for whatever reason or another, didn't quite catch up as much steam as the other shows, and
I wonder why.
that was the end.
Like the problem, like we said, if you give it a full hour for each episode instead of half an hour,
It needed time.
then you
Yeah.
could have let it
It
breathe.
needed time to cook.
Let
It
me-
needed
Let me
needed
give
more
you an
plot.
example, a very important example of that. I believe it's between episode 5 and 6 or 6 and 7. You call me on this. When the girl basically, like, there is this jarring cut where she goes from being angsty and sad and depressed over the fates of what happened to her sisters, and then sexy evil Asian man shows up, and you can see her like, I swear to God, there was a jump cut from sadness to I'ma get into those pants. It was such an abrupt, like, whoa, damn.
You
Okay,
mean
slow down.
Whiplash? Whiplash?
Don't remember the exact episode, but I know that he shows up to comfort her. I can't remember the exact terms. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen the show.
So-
No, you're fine. You're
And-
fine.
Mood whiplash?
You can tell basically where the writing goes. In a good, like in a better script, they would have time to actually talk this conversation
Build up.
over, and you see her go from sadness and despair to hanging on to him as the only source of security in a cruel and dark galaxy that
'Cause,
seems
I
to be
mean,
bent
like-
on taking everything
I
away
mean,
from
if
you.
you're gonna have that kind of shit, yeah. If
You gotta
someone's
build it up a little more.
if
you know?
someone's gonna be like, I understand you.
Yeah, I'm here for you. I know what it
I
feels
want
like.
you to be able to be who you are.
Now he's
Yeah.
clearly exploiting her feelings, so he can
'Cause
put
that's
it on
what the
his side, 'cause
Sith
he's
do.
a dick.
Yeah.
But I'm not like the other Jedi.
Oh my God, that sounds like something a real life piece of shit would say.
Well, that's what I'm
Oh,
doing.
funny you mentioned that because that's what the Sith do. What did Palpy do to Anakin the whole time? Oh, I've known you since you were a little
Oh,
boy, Anakin.
wait, I remember what it is.
So-
I know that you wanted a life greater than that of an ordinary Jedi,
I
a life of
remember now.
significance.
Hang
I remember
on,
now
what is it,
what
Angel?
clinched me is the fact that she knows that this very dude who is offering her heart, he killed all her friends. Remember?
Yeah.
He
killed the
basically
other Jedi.
murdered all the Jedi, and you think, okay, the person who just took everyone else you just cared about is offering a hand. It should take a little longer than a couple of scenes to go from you piece of shit to let me get in your
Or at
pants
least
right
another
now.
episode or two to like, oh hey, maybe I can trust you.
Like,
Nah,
the-
bruh,
The
let's just
show
cut-
actually has decent like writing, like the cohesive
see the
progression of the
points.
story from. It's on to episode 3 and beginning on 4. It starts to speed up a little bit, and between 5 and 6, it just full sprint 100 non-stop, and characters change their. I'm not gonna say emotions. Their emotional state changes so rapidly between one and another
Mood
that
whiplash.
that you can tell where the writing had to go. Okay, we don't have time. Remove this page from the script. Remove that page. So the foundation of what could have been is there.
And we're left with the bones of it, but the bones don't have any ligament or muscle to support it.
There's no
Can I
meat.
They
just
have
crack
been
the
picked
bones for the
clean.
juice?
There's not
There's
even
no
any
meat on that
marrow.
bone, bro.
God dang it.
That's the problem. So the show itself clearly could have been more cohesively built, but you can tell the point where the writers' expectations clash with, listen, you got this much budget and you got this much time to film an episode. Okay, but these scenes are very... No. You got this much time to film the episode and you got to make sure to get this. It's like a video game when they go, okay, we don't have budget for this. This level is getting scrapped. That boss, we got to remove it. The problem is... TV shows don't rely on gameplay to let you ignore the bad parts of the story. The TV show relies on the story to let you understand the story. And you can tell the point where everything got compressed real fast. So at the end you go, okay, wait. Did I hit fast forward at some point? And no, they got screwed by the network, basically.
I have no clue.
I don't know, man. I mean, this all sounds friggin' awful.
It is kind of sad. I was kind of hoping we'd get a season 2 to see what it actually goes.
Because, like, you see, like, you have 2 teasers that happen at the end of it. You
Yes.
see Darth fucking Plague is like, because you see him watching these two, like-
scraps.
No, you see him like, okay, so my boy over here, he's going for it. He's really trying to go for an apprentice of his own.
He's cooking something.
I'm like, I want to see where this goes, child.
No.
No, we don't. And there's a after credit stinger for everything where what's her face, Master Vernestra, the
thank
green
you.
alien
That
chick.
was her name.
She's got the lightsaber whip, which by the way, underused. I wish they actually got to use it in battle. It would have been
That's
badass.
another thing. They showed it off like twice.
No, once. That was it.
Really?
One time that was it.
Come on.
One time that
I
was
think
it.
they
And
were
were
running into the
people
same.
really impressed with that?
people
Weren't people like losing their shit?
People were still being pissy about it, but I was still like,
you know,
wanted
if
the
he had a
lightsaber
couple
win.
more
It
fight scenes when she got to
cool.
show her up, I
Actually
guarantee
show
you
it.
they may have changed their minds. Because you show up a concept that makes you go, how does this work? And then you don't show me how it works.
And,
All right,
like
yeah.
basically the little surprise stinger that she had, she is entering a room in the Jedi temple in there. You see her like opening the door. It's a dimly lit room. She lifts her robe, her hood off. Master, we need to talk. And you see the camera pan up, and you see Yoda's
Green
big green ears up in the foreground. So like he's like meditating there. So this
Talking.
is his
There is
own
no
fucking
need
thing.
to. Cancelled. The show has been.
I know. I saw that. Goddamn.
Oh my God! Can we,
What do you mean? So what? I just.
Oh, no.
guys?
just made that up right
no.
now.
Guys, I have a question. Can't we go for?
You're okay.
That's
Can,
right.
can we instead just cancel a piece of shit that we know in real life,
Please.
like Andrew Tate?
Before we do
Him
though,
again?
God damn.
like
Yeah.
this is what basically ends up happening with us over here trying to enjoy ourselves. There's all the fucking discourse that happens around it too. Star Wars
stop.
fans trying to enjoy Star Wars. Other Star Wars fans making sure you don't enjoy all of it.
Bro, the amount of weird like shit slinging I've seen about this.
And this is
nonstop.
why I didn't want to spend too much time talking
It's-
about this.
It's not too much time. We're
It's
fine.
alright, we got this, we got this. Unfortunately, like I said, the people that hate Star Wars as it is right now have nothing to do with the failure of this show, because if they didn't like it, they didn't watch it. The so-called fans that claim would support it and then didn't show up, they are the ones that carry some of the blame. But ultimately, I think we can agree that the biggest blame here lies on Disney.
Yes.
They are the ones that basically, so we're going to address one of the most important aspects of the lore of Star Wars Republic times. We're going to give you 4 hours.
4 hours of it, and that's it.
4 hours, and one of those hours is nothing but fighting and drama.
And all in all, they're the ones ultimately who pull the plug.
Yeah,
So-
they are the ones who pull the plug. And yeah, no, every other show got a fair shake, and they got at least hour episodes, because we don't do seasons that are 20 or 40 episodes anymore. We cannot get away
Well,
with
that's the
that.
thing. Most anime episodes are like around 30 minutes.
Yeah,
That's fine
but
because
at
they
least you
have
get
a
it for-
lot
45
more
if they're
episodes.
pushing it.
Yeah.
8 episodes.
You know what is the shortest
Eight
anime
to
season I
half-hour
ever...
Yeah,
episodes.
half-hour episodes. That's not enough.
You know what is the shortest anime I saw this year?
What?
Futo PI. It's 13 episodes. Almost twice as much as this show got.
You gotta
And
be
they got
fucking
enough
kidding me.
time to introduce everything and put all the characters in and do some cool fight scenes and a hot chick with platinum hair and massive titties. And I'm like, yes, Japan, beautiful. Point in case is, this show, whatever criticisms you may have of it or whatever praise you may have on it, did not get its fair shake. Not by the fans, but by the people in charge of it deciding, how dare you not succeed harder than all the people that came before
Where my
you.
money? Where my money
Perish
at?
immediately.
Where my money at?
You
That's
put
all they
this
want.
dude at the last part of the race, shot him in the leg, and expected him to come in first place. What are you doing, man?
It's fucking
They're
bullshit.
being
It's
idiots
bullshit.
is what they're doing.
Fucking bad
All right,
bullshit.
let's please move on, because anytime we talk Star Wars, my goodness,
But it's fun.
It sounds
It's
fun,
fun.
but it gets too
Hey,
long.
Jose,
No, it doesn't.
Jose,
You know what it should
Jose?
have been long? The Acolyte.
Jose, let them at it. It's one of their favorite things.
Let them eat cake.
I
Say,
mean-
whenever you get into pro wrestling rambles, I let
Yeah.
you talk. I join you.
Not
in the talk.
this long.
Yes, this long.
Hey, Jose.
Who's
Jose.
our headline article tonight? Fucking Hulk Hogan.
Also, hi,
That
Crystal.
and you have an entire show to yourself
Exactly.
talking about wrestling.
Exactly, that was gonna be my point. You have an entire thing dedicated
You
to
walked into that
wrestling.
one, bro. I'm sorry.
Angel's got a fucking thing to video games. For fuck's
Jose,
sake.
Jose, do you really want to either let him rant about this, or do you want to get him his own show about Star Wars?
Honestly, I think Juan should make his own show.
He really has his own show.
The Black Files is now known as the Space Files. We're talking about nothing but Star Wars.
I wish.
Space!
I fucking
Okay,
wish.
that being said, can I make one genuine criticism?
What's
though,
up?
about the
One genuine
Acolyte?
criticism, and let's
Just
move
one.
on.
I'm sorry, that Sith lightsaber was fucking stupid.
How?
The one when you pull it out, the
he has a
lightsaber
second
comes
one.
from the upper area. That you're asking for an accident. If it came out from the underside, like Darth Maul, that would make more sense. Here, I'm sorry, they were trying too hard to be cool with that one. I did not care for that Sith lightsaber.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, I get it.
That's my only complaint.
Okay, no, I totally understand. It's still cool how you can have, like, oh, by the way, I have a hidden blade in my
hey,
hilt kind of
my
thing.
laser butter knife. It's cool,
Yeah.
but the way it came out, I'm like, you're asking for an accident. If it came out from the other side, that would have worked better for me.
Like, okay, I can see that.
I don't like it.
Well, I can see how that design isn't for everybody.
You know what?
I totally
It
understand.
reminds me of the day.
Jose is so done.
It reminds me
He
of
is
the
so
Daisy
done.
Ridley Sith lightsaber from the last.
The one that she's
the
got.
one that opened like a Swiss.
No, it's two with a hinge at the bottom that just locks together.
I'm sorry. Every single one. All I keep thinking is you had a perfect model with Darth Maul. Just use the Darth Maul model. It's right.
Oh
it's
no,
right
it
there.
is the
Just
Darth
use-
Maul model. It's full.
Why?
Fuck if I know.
Is she gonna use it like a pair of scissors? Is
That'd
she fucking invincible?
Is she fucking invincible? Maybe.
All right.
Jose
But I
is so
digress.
done.
That
I
design-
should have segued into Andrew Tate instead, but moving.
This is what you get, Jose.
Sorry, Joe. You're getting cancelled, just like Andrew Tate.
Can I just say one
Angel,
thing?
what
It'd
the
be
fuck?
really cool.
You better take that shit back,
You
son.
had bad
Boomerang.
opinions online. That is as bad as human trafficking.
lightsaber.
Perish.
Yes.
So funny.
Dude, because you can use the force to literally call it back.
But
Okay.
what if you don't switch it off in time? You cut your hand off.
Yeah. Don't.
All right,
Skill issue.
guys.
Force requires a lot of
please.
concentration. You know, like grabbing lightsabers in the air is a bad idea.
All right, everyone.
Okay, let's talk about stuff now.
Let's talk about this asshole now.
The son of a bitch.
There
Yep.
are individuals that we are really allowed to hate. I'm not talking about ideology. I'm not talking about philosophy. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about people who are so scummy and so entrenched in their own inner scumminess that they will find no redemption for their sins because they refuse to repent for being dickheads.
Taint.
Andrew fucking Taint.
I
may
mean, he didn't get arrested, did he?
The arm of the law is slow, but it does reach eventually.
Here you go, Jose.
All right, so here's the article provided by BBC. The headline reads,
Wait, first, please read the last comment.
Did Juan's wife scream about cheese sticks? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, close enough.
Did you say cheese sticks? No. No.
Yeah,
No, she
all
did
right.
not.
Serenity, please get your ears checked.
No, you're fine, you're fine. You're fine,
All
guys.
right, let's get to it then.
Andrew Tate put under house arrest as new charges emerged.
Now what charges?
Of course.
This article is produced by Sarah Rainsford, and it was published on when? When's the date?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Thank you. All right. So,
Fuck this guy.
fuck this guy indeed. The controversial
Go,
internet
go.
influencer, Andrew Tate, I refuse to call him an influencer, has been placed under house arrest by a Romanian judge as prosecutors investigate new and serious allegations, including sex with a minor and trafficking underage persons.
He and his brother Tristan appeared in court on Thursday afternoon. Tristan Tate was placed under special judicial control. Prosecutors had asked the judge to remand the brothers in custody for 30 days while they continued a new investigation involving a total of 35 alleged victims, including a woman who was 15 at the time.
Jesus Christ.
Angel?
In a statement, Romania's agency against organized crime, DCOT, said 6 people have been detained in total, both Romanians and foreigners. Of course, commerce goes in and out of the house. Andrew Tate made a furious statement to the press outside, denouncing the case against him as a stitch-up and lies.
This is all a setup, bro. It's absolutely disgusting. 30. Yeah, his shit accent, he doesn't know whether he's British or American. So fuck him.
God.
So, 30 of those girls say we've done nothing wrong. 2 are the mothers of our children. 2 have never been seen here to Romania, have never been here to Romania, he said. He asked repeatedly by BBC about the allegations of sex with a 15-year-old and trafficking underage persons. He walked away and refused to reply.
Of course he did. The Tate brothers have previously been charged with human trafficking and Andrew Tate charged with rape and are awaiting trial on those charges. They were released from house arrest a year ago and told not to leave Romania. They have been always strongly denied any wrongdoing and deny the formal charges they face. These are the new and separate allegations.
Now, the anti-organized crime agency says that the accused were grooming, quote, vulnerable people who were then housed in different locations and forced to produce pornographic material for online broadcasts. One of the foreign men is accused of forcing a 17-year-old foreign citizen to quote, perform sexual acts in order to make online video content. He is said to have kept all of the $1.9 million or 1.1 million pounds in profit. The statement does not name him. The same man is accused of repeatedly having sexual relations with a girl who was 15 years old when they met.
Wow.
Gross, right?
After questioning for several hours the DCOT offices, Andrew Tate told the BBC on Wednesday night that the latest allegations were pathetic and that prosecutors were desperate. He said that they made up a lot. He also said that he was accused of loverboying the mother of his children, a technique used by criminals to prey on victims' vulnerabilities and then exploit it. I mean, yeah, no surprises, he's a piece of shit.
Yep.
A notorious misogynist with a giant online following, Andrew Tate has referred to on Twitter at the case against him as one of kind of mainstream conspiracy to silence him.
In the news statement. Sorry, go ahead.
In the news statement, prosecutors accused the brothers of buying the 4 luxury cars and registering them in the names of other people in order to hide the proceeds of what they describe as their illicit activity. In total, the alleged that the accused made some $2.8 million through sexual exploitation.
Let's see, those detained are also accused of attempting to intimidate the victims and witnesses. During a 10-hour search of 4 properties on Wednesday, investigators seized cash and other items, including luxury watches, laptops, hard drives, and documents. They also impounded 6 luxury cars. The Tate brothers were taken into custody late on Wednesday night after questioning, along with 4 Romanian citizens. But to hold them longer than 24 hours, prosecutors had to bring them before a judge, and the brothers appeared in court hours later.
Okay, so listen, I know we gave a lot of shit about Hulk Hogan in the earlier story, but that guy is a fucking angel compared to this asshole.
Yeah, this piece of shit, as you may know, Andrew Tate, has become notorious on the internet for basically embodying every single negative stereotype about men that you can possibly imagine. To the point that when I say the word manosphere, his image is the one that first comes to mind.
He ruined the word Bugatti for everyone.
How do you ruin a brand of cars?
Because he uses it as a freaking
Bugatti?
Yes, as a Bugattis. It's a freaking
Fancy sports
muscle
car.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's a really fancy sports car.
There's a song about it.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like uses it as like, oh, I've got 19 Bugattis, bro. How many you got there, bro? Like as his fucking way for him to fucking flex on people how much money he's got by sexually.
He's also
exploiting
notorious
girls.
for being obsessed with his own heterosexuality and masculinity to the point that he says some of the gayest shit imaginable. I'm not kidding. That dude smokes cigars in ways that Freud would raise an eyebrow at. And of course, considering the fact that he's also accused of human trafficking, needless to say, he's not well known. I guarantee you the vast majority of that following is unfortunately minors and bots. In fact, it's mostly minors and bots that don't understand the range of his crimes, because every time he posts something online, people are shitting on him relentlessly.
So would you say that his popularity on social media has diminished drastically?
Oh, it's not diminished as much as it's artificial. His popularity exists only because he basically hits the right spot of the algorithm and because nothing but minors, idiots, and bots follow him constantly. Because when you look at any time that he posts anything, people are just shitting on him relentlessly, which is very at odds with the number of likes that his posts get.
Isn't it odd? It's almost as if he's running bots of his own.
I'm noticing something. Now, needless to say, the accusations about him and the human trafficking have been going on for a long, long time now. And it looks like now, after all this time, evidence may have come to light that not only did he get involved in human trafficking, he got involved in underage human trafficking and prostitution.
Which is super scummy.
Just in case the first thing wasn't shit enough, here's 2 more layers of horror to the cake.
Dragon Fang, your thoughts?
She wants to kill things. Dragon Fang wants to murder.
Dragon Fang, you look like you're ready to commit a war crime.
That's putting it lightly.
By the way, this deep shit already went to jail once for a minor crime.
Go squish the meat.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead and squish the meat. I promise it'll help you feel better.
So yeah, when you say toxic,
It's taco night,
when you say toxic masculinity, that's what toxic masculinity
Here's
looks
the
like.
thing. How many times has he been accused of human trafficking?
Oh no, it's been one time, and the accusation has stuck repeatedly, as in people have never let him forget. And the fact that there is
Actual
not
criminal
quite
investigations.
there's actually criminal investigations is more than enough for people to never trust him with anything.
And why is it that it always takes so long for these things to come to a head? Why is it that they are... Okay, for this, when was this first brought up?
Oh god, that was like a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, December 2022 was when he got arrested first.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has been in house arrest for over a year.
Give or take.
Just
After he was released from jail, yeah.
Are they still looking for evidence?
Most likely they're trying to gather all the evidence to get the biggest sentence possible, and more importantly, this is an international case, so you're working with the law officers
and there
of the other
was,
countries.
what, 30 victims?
Give or take, yeah.
And they've already gotten their testimonies and everything.
Yep.
So what's taking so long?
Not enough evidence for the time being. I'm not kidding. That's it. When it comes to cases like this, unfortunately, you have to nail it down 100%. Because if you put the wrong guy in jail, not only do you make more victims, you run the risk of getting sued into the ground. And you're working with international agencies too, and the other country has their own methods, their own laws, and their own times to process everything.
I still think it's ridiculous taking this long, though.
Oh, no, it is. In a better world, you would just put him on the chopping block and dump his body in on a
I mean, yes, I understand you want to make sure you don't put anyone in jail when it's not their fault. Yes, I understand that.
You gotta be really sure.
But I'm sorry. This is a little too
It's taking too
slimy.
long.
I know what you mean, but unfortunately, unless you want to get all the victims to literally point at him and go, he did it, it still would not
I
be
mean,
enough.
I can understand because trauma, and you're also afraid of retaliation.
Exactly. Some of them might not even want to speak or might need time to recover from the horrible experiences they have gone through.
Exactly. Like asking them to like recount all the trauma, like all those
I
memories.
don't think
Like
anyone
takes
would want
time.
to relive
it takes
that.
time, and I don't think anybody
Personally,
wants
for me,
to relive
if
that.
I saw that, I'd be like, fuck him up.
Yeah, no.
Fuck him up.
I wouldn't blame you, but like I said, this is a case that unfortunately the case is so delicate, and ironically enough, there is so many victims. They need every single scrap of evidence to build a proper case, because when it comes to cases like this,
All it takes is one fuck up and
one mistake and everything falls apart.
Hey, Wancho, do you want to body slam Andrew Tate?
That's too nice for him. Dragon Fang, how do you feel after mushing the meat?
I still want to commit war crime.
We have more
Commit
ground
murder
meat.
on the food.
She-
Would you like to mush it some more?
She wants to nom nom.
No, 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 no.
Ooh, no,
No, not on camera. No. Thank you.
We cannot risk it.
Okay, thank you.
We have a
No.
Thank you for the
Sponsorship.
PG version.
Bring out the shotgun next time, though.
Hey,
That'd be
Storm,
funnier.
I love you. Never on screen. Never.
Oh, by the way,
No.
I'd like to give a shout out real quick
Oh?
to my dad. He
Good
got me.
point.
He got me a new kitchen knife, a massive cleaver, big and shiny, the one that chops through bones.
Ooh.
I'm gonna show you a picture of it. It's this beautiful platinum-looking thing. He got it for me on Amazon. Apparently, my dad has gotten into like cooking recently. Good for him. He was gaining too much weight, and he's buying the fancy knives that are made of stainless steel or Damascus. They're a bit of murder on his budget, but he tells me they're the most beautiful thing ever, and they come with leather pouches and everything. And he got me a big old cleaver.
What's the brand of the?
I forgot the name. I'll get it to you later. All I know is that thing seared through a bone in a single chop, and I'm just gonna let you guys think about that for a minute.
All right then. So yeah, we all universally, collectively agree that Andrew Tate is the scum of the earth, and he needs to go down.
Oh, if that dude goes to jail for the rest of the life, it will not be enough time for the pain he's caused, unfortunately. But it'll be something at
And
least.
how much trauma he caused to every single victim.
Sadly,
Yeah.
mob justice is not quite encouraged, but I'm saying we used to
not saying
hang
no.
people. We used to hang people in public for a reason.
That being said, our hearts, our thoughts do go out to the victims who were harmed by Andrew Tate, and to all their friends and family. Like I can't.
Andrew Tate's a piece of shit, and he deserves all the
Hope there will
flack he's
be
getting.
no more victims.
May he
I
receive the
hope.
same mercy that he saw fit to give others.
Which
Yeah.
was none.
What the fuck, Hulk Hogan? Why can't you just threaten to body slam him?
Honestly, I might actually be like, you know what, Hulk? You're alright sometimes. I might actually drink his beer. One beer. Just one.
No.
Just one.
Ew.
In
Gross.
honor.
Ew.
I'd be like, listen, for every broken bone, I'll drink another can of beer.
There are 206 bones in
Ew.
the human body.
Worth it, brother. Start with the cranium.
If you manage to break every single bone of Andrew Tate's body,
So we're gonna replace
you'd go down under first just from alcohol poisoning.
Worth it.
So
Remember me as I was.
So instead of death by White Tiger, we're just gonna write in his gravestone death by
Hulk
booze.
Hogan.
Death by beer.
Death by Hulk Hogan beer.
Yeah, death by pythons.
That sounds less cool than the White Tiger.
Listen, it would allow me to make Hogan do something good for once in his miserable life. This would be the redemption of the Hogan. Hogan, destroy this man and you will be redeemed.
Oh god.
Good enough.
Angel.
They can still hear you. They can still hear you. It won't matter.
Damn it.
Fucking say it.
Death by snoo snoo.
No,
Angel, that would be the best way to go.
that is the worst porn tape
It worked
ever made.
for it worked for Curzon Dex, dude. This is Death by Snoo Snoo is the best way. Angel,
Death by snoo snoo.
just think, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to go. I wouldn't lie.
Death by snoo snoo.
Pretty good way to go.
Y'all ladies have seen Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't understand. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. That being said, yeah, no, like
Be wonderful,
it looks
wouldn't
like after all this time, The long, like transoceanic long arm of the law has finally reached this dude's ballsack to grip it in an iron fist and hope he doesn't let go anytime soon. Because if somebody deserves the full hammer treatment, I'm not being literal here yet, Triple H, take notes, is this piece of shit.
Yes, agreed. And
check the chat before we continue here. Sarah Serenity did one. Okay, there. Matthew Coburn. Hey up, Matthew Coburn. Welcome to the Ravens flock. I got 2 lightsabers, Return of the Jedi Luke, delete a cave scene, and Qui-Gon Jinn's. Let's see. I tried the blue milk from the stores. It was gross. The vanilla just didn't taste good. Must have been made differently from what I had from True Moo. If they dropped the vanilla, it probably would have tasted better.
Well, see, that's why Luke was drinking it straight from the animal. He knows the real deal was better.
Yeah. How did I know someone was going to say death by snoo? I mean, come on. I mean, look at us. We're the Ravens flock. We're not going to fucking hide that. And Sarah Serendi was saying, who's Andrew Tate? Now you know. I'm sorry.
You'll be very
okay,
happy
never
to
mind. I already hate this perv. I tried the blue milk from the theme park at the vendors. It was delicious.
yeah, they were talking about the blue milk.
Yeah, I get it for the theme
To
park.
be fair, though, it's better than talking about Andrew Tate. So I'll take it.
I think they also have an alcoholic. They do. For the grown-ups. Mr. Tate, I'm Chris Hansen. Please have a seat.
There's a reason Chris Hansen had a SWAT team outside of the houses when this happened.
This is why I have zero faith in the justice system. Despite so much evidence in front of the judge, a jury could be corrupt or the judge could be corrupt. Storm
That
is
is
so
unfortunately
adorable.
a likely case.
K-Storm is replicating me with someone. Show me Norman Reed and merch. Gimme. With
Norman Reedus.
How did I know? Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Norman Reedus, congratulations to Mr. Kojima for celebrating his 60th birthday yesterday.
Dang.
It wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, it was. He posted that yesterday.
Hideo Kojima's?
Yeah.
No, his birthday was forever ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn the post came out like a couple of days.
No.
Hang on,
hang
Check
on.
his date of birth.
No, I got
Delayed
this.
algorithm?
Maybe.
No, hang on, I got this.
Maybe
I
the
got this.
algorithm lied
We all
to
hate
me.
the algorithm. The
Oh no,
algorithm
it's
sucks.
today. You were right.
Oh,
you
it's
were right.
today.
You were right, but it was yesterday in Japan,
Ah.
so today.
Today.
August
Congratulations
24th.
to Mr.
Happy
Kojima.
Bitter Sylvain
birthday.
Kojima.
Yay!
Oh, praise Kojima-san.
My mistake.
It's all good. I thought the algorithm gave me a post that was like a year old for some reason.
So did I. I apologize. And
No worries. Angel, why don't you go ahead and take over from here, man?
Wait.
What's up?
Speaking
Do we have
of
any more?
Kojimbo time. Oh yeah, is there
Before
anything
we-
to say about that piece
Oh,
of
no.
crap?
No, thank God, no.
Okay, good. We're
All
good.
right, Angel, go ahead and take over. What video gaming news have you got for
Let's
us?
talk about good news
Right.
about video games. Gamescom 2024 came and went. It was fairly quick. It was fairly average, but there were some really good announcements that I wanted to speak about and talk about with you guys with this, specifically about what's going on. As usual, the Pope of Gaming, he may have left the church, but he's still preaching. Jeff Keighley.
Jeff
Keighley stepped up to the I keep confusing him with John Peel for some reason.
Jordan Peele.
Jeff Peely.
Because they sound
You
so
think of
similar.
you confuse Jeff Keighley with Jordan Peele.
I
That's
can't
a
help
big
it.
stretch, dude.
Do you have any idea how far apart and unalike they actually
Do
are?
you have any idea how close the hemispheres of my brain are to each other?
Good point.
There's like a
Yeah, but come on,
vacuum
dude. Even
here.
Ray Charles wouldn't make that mistake.
I confused Ray Charles with Charles Chaplin once.
Please continue.
So, anyways,
Continue.
let's talk video games.
Yes.
Yeah, we had the big old announcements. We're gonna talk about the big juicy ones mainly because there were some kind of whatever announcements, but there were some really good announcements that I wanted to specify on.
So-
Please scroll down. Let's talk about the Gamescom 2024 announcements. To begin with, there were some cool floor pictures, some interesting statues, and let's talk about the Spice. Spice, Sam Wars, and the Freeman working in Dune Awakening. They made a bigger trailer about the big old fancy strategy game. Apparently, this takes place in a what-if scenario where Paul was never born. And as a result, the history of the world of Arrakis continue normally. And you basically play as one of the noble houses trying to slice yourself a piece of that spicy little pie. Also, according to the books, it tastes like whatever you want to taste, like the greatest thing you ever tasted. But there's always a faint taste of cinnamon in the back. Always. The implication is that it just tastes like cinnamon, but it fucks with your taste buds to replicate the greatest flavor you ever had.
You're gonna be fucking.
So imagine
That's so
cocaine,
weird.
but it tastes like the best steak you ever chewed.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is so fucking wild.
Spice hit Arrakis like the crack epidemic hit the neighborhoods in the 90s.
No wonder it never took off in Miami. That's why you have the Cuban espresso there.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, we had a preventive measure.
All right.
So yeah. Dune Awakening is a bonus, and they spoke with Geoff Billos, the chief creative officer, where they talk about the focus on not just making it a survival game, but a survival game in a big world. So basically, their version of Death Stranding. He broke down a bit of the lore, and he made it clear that this is different from the film and the books. This is its own continuity, So you don't have anybody screaming about the fact that it's not canon because
This is a cannon!
yes, we know that's exactly what
But
we're
this
making.
is a cannon!
Exactly.
You're breaking my childhood!
I'm glad you understand. That'll be $60, please.
Yeah. At least they put that little asterisk out there. And
Yeah.
if anybody misses that, that's their fault.
Yeah, no, like they basically this is a spin-off. I mean, shit, the main character also isn't born in this continuity. We know it's gonna be something. It's like Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's technically like following the original story, but we just want an excuse to have Troy Baker stab people in the face. There.
Okay, then.
always fun.
Let's go on.
Yeah, that's fun. Like punching Nazis. And you know who likes punching Nazis?
Who?
No one, because fighting is actually bad for you, even if you're fighting bad people. But you know who has to punch a lot of Nazis?
Bum ba dum bum.
Bam, bam.
Hey!
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, Indiana Jones and the Great Big Sphere breaks
Great
down what the
Circle.
new trailer is going to be. The creative director of Axel Torrevius Design, he sat down with them and, he discussed, they wanted to focus on replayability. They want you to play this game over and over, discovering new secrets and doing all new stuff, which means there's going to be a lot of hidden stuff in the game with the combat. They also specified how the combat works, how they want to basically make the game not feel nauseous to the player, because it was apparently, according to the interview, very difficult to get a sense of rapid, frantic fighting like the fight scenes with Indiana Jones are, because Indiana Jones is not an adept martial artist. He's a brawler. He's a scrapper. So the fights are meant to feel frantic, but at the same time, you're meant to feel a sense of control of the battlefield without feeling nauseous by the constant switching between opponents. And the fact that they're doing it in first person was very difficult, but they feel like they got a good system going down.
Does he get to whip people?
We don't know.
course.
They didn't specify. You do use the whip. We saw in the trailer, but only to traverse. We haven't
I'm
seen
sorry,
it fight yet.
I want to
Oh, you're
see
gonna-
him
you're
whip
gonna definitely.
someone and literally just go whoop.
There's gonna be they're definitely going
Good,
to.
good,
I just hope that they find a
good.
way to balance it out, because otherwise it's gonna be broken as shit. Because if it's a first-person game, being able to keep everybody at a distance with your slappy stick is gonna be a problem.
Oh no, no,
We'll find out, I guess, when it
I
comes
can
out.
understand, having to do it so you can't just keep repeating it
Yeah.
for cheap shot, but like I want to be able to
Oh,
just
you
whip them.
definitely have to.
Yes.
All right, what's the next game?
The next one is more Star Wars.
Yay, Star Wars Outlaws.
All right, let's go to it. Star Wars Out. If you paid attention earlier this year on the Black Files, we actually did talk about it in one of our stories about
Yep.
the criticisms to Star Wars Outlaws.
Now, I'm not gonna play that whole video because that is like 8 fucking minutes. But for what I saw, this is trying to be its own version of. I'm not gonna call it Mass Effect because that feels derivative. It's trying to adopt an adventure sense similar to Mass Effect.
Oh, like an
That's fine.
open world.
Yeah,
space.
open world, lots of exploration, a lot of different meeting races, and because you're basically you're a scrap trader. You're basically surviving by the seat of your pants here. Ironically, the complaint right now is that the game looks too easy. So, but that is likely because it's a demo, so demos have to be on easy mode because of the journalists. Most likely the game will have more difficulties later, but so far the one genuine complaint I'm seeing is the fact that the game is way too damn easy and the main character feels too slow. Like, she moves in a very sluggish manner, but she's like a 17-year-old girl. She should be running around like a spider monkey. She should be doing Spider-Man shit. So we'll see how that works. They're telling us they're still fine-tuning the fine lines, but so far the exploration and the discovery is like the main meat. They want you to go around and find shit.
Want you
All
to
right.
find shit, talk to people, have fights, make deals, do
Yep.
things.
The combat scenario is where it gets a little complicated, mainly because, like I said, it's too easy and the main character feels too slow. We don't know how that's going to look in the final release. But overall, it looks like it's something worth keeping an eye on for the very least.
And folks, if you want more details about the controversy that we've spoke about before,
Which is dumb.
which is dumb, Juan,
what's funny.
Juan, can you pull up the link to the Black Files episode?
Maybe.
Good idea. We also have a show called The Black Files that was at Gamescom. Juan aroused himself, walk up to the stage with his balls in a grip and a shotgun in his
Angel,
hand.
you
And after
are
screaming out and
Lies.
shouting out several
Wow.
final words, he demanded
Lies.
that you watch it because
Lies.
it's good for you.
My gosh.
Angel, wow, you are completely far off. You
No,
are
I'm
so
not.
cold.
He was right there. Did you forget he was wearing the suit with the purple tie he likes? The one that has like the shiny gloss to it. Like a
Angel,
metal
you
suit?
are
I
so
cannot
cold.
believe
Pluto
you.
is telling you to warm up.
No,
But
he
here's the
isn't.
thing. I saw a tiny
Pluto's a
bit
cool
of the
dog.
trailer, and I don't get what people are saying about, the face. Like, she
Nah.
actually looked pretty damn cool.
She looks ugly only compared to her actress.
Good.
I know, but you can't compare a character in a video game to...
Also, the actress is
Who,
supposed to look like a
voices
younger
them?
girl, so I don't think it's supposed to be as pretty. But like I said, the main
Well,
meat
also,
right
if
now
you're
is the
going to be
gameplay.
like a scrapping or other thing, you really think that you're going to look picture perfect?
Just remember what I said earlier about the phone game characters. A or B or in between. Anything else, you're going under. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I remember we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it, Jose, but we never did a show about it.
Really? I could have sworn
no,
we
we
talked about
mentioned it. We mentioned it.
Yeah, we just mentioned it.
Oh.
Yeah.
We may have
Nice
spoken-
going, hobo.
Anyway, just
Okay,
go
well,
watch our
let's
previous
Watch
episodes.
the Black Files anyways. It's fun.
Yeah.
Except
All
you're
right.
not
And it
in
wasn't
it.
on the Black Files. It was actually on.
It was
Brandon's
on
Flock.
the main show, the
Yeah.
radio.
Well, hey,
That may
listen,
not be the
people
See,
make
I
mistakes.
remember. I remember.
People
well,
make mistakes. Oh, nobody's perfect.
You're
Don't
good,
touch me.
You're good.
Now, sadly, that was not on the Black Files. But what is black is the night. And you know who is also blacker than the night? Batman.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now, this one didn't really excite me much because we're getting a VR game. I can't believe that crap is still getting games. But we're getting a VR game about Batman.
Not VR.
Apparently, you're doing first-person detective studying and first-person punching dudes, and I'm like, okay,
I'm gonna
great.
be sick.
That sounds cool, except why did it have to be VR?
It sounds cool,
Motion
except
sickness.
when you have to pay $600 for a piece of plastic that weighs 7 pounds. You gotta stick on your face.
Yeah, and also they still have not been able to fine tune it enough that people still
Yeah, I know.
people who don't get motion sickness get motion sickness.
Yeah, don't expect a challenge out of this.
Oh.
Now, this one though looks interesting. Mouse PI for hire. It's basically Cuphead with headshots. So somebody decided to make a first-person shooter, run and gun, Doom style, but it's made entirely in the style of 1930s cartoons. Right down to the ridiculous stretching and squashing, and the funny explosions and the comedic way of killing enemies. So basically,
Okay.
Mickey Mouse is going back to his roots. It's extremely violent goddamn roots.
Oh my goodness.
No, click on that for a minute. to show
Violence
some of
is
the
not
gameplay.
the answer.
Violence is the question, and the answer is yes. What's
Fucking
that? Your
ads.
life. I own that.
Fucking ads.
So, yeah,
I
an
gotta
ad.
wait for the fucking ads.
But technically it is open now, so
Yeah, it is technically speaking.
Technically
okay, let's see.
speaking.
just old one.
Yeah, okay. So scroll a little bit, skip through the video a little bit, so we can get to the part where they show some gameplay. Because even though the whole thing is black and white, it actually has a very fast, fluid style. You know what?
Is K-Storm alright?
Are you okay, Kay?
She hurt her foot.
The advertisement again. Come on.
Fucking
man.
ads.
Is
know,
it the
let's-
cramps?
Ads. We hate ads.
Let's just move on, man.
Okay, we can move on then.
Okay,
just
fuck
watch.
these ads.
Just watch Mouse PI. It looks fun. It looks great. Now, World of Warcraft. No one cares about World of Warcraft.
Ow.
Sonic and Shadow Generations.
Where
looking
is
good.
that? It's not on the fucking,
Are you in the article or are you?
I'm
read the
in
article?
your article.
Oh,
Wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm
Click
not.
back.
You left me
No,
when I
it-
needed
yeah.
you the most.
Hang on. I'm trying to fucking get it to
Did
go.
you see the Sonic Shadow Generations, the collector's edition? Did you see that shit?
Yes.
I wish I didn't.
Give me a second.
Was it over $250? Like,
For that much
While
money.
I'm fixing this,
For that much money, you better send me like a house.
if I'm not incorrect, they do have the two figures of Sonic and Shadow that come with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're gonna do the same thing they did for Kane Hodder for Friday the 13th. Oh, for that one game. All I want is the next Kingdom Hearts game is no fucking Sokai. Yeah, I get it.
No, sorry, it's happening. I'm sorry.
I met DMC at Tampa Bay Comic Con. Says Mr. Geek Me Out. Hey, by the way, buddy. Why not remaster Arkham Asylum or Arkham City? Those are the best ones.
Those are pretty good. I actually own the entire collection specifically for that. Now, we can scroll a bit down because the rest of it is just World of Warcraft, Diablo, whatever. This is all crap.
Not this.
Okay,
Not
no,
this.
That's fucking dope. That's
Yeah!
great. Ultra Edge. I love how they have finally embraced the full edge. They gave him the Venom wings for no reason.
Shadow.
Perfect.
But it has Shadow.
Yes!
Oh, look,
Yeah.
you've got classic Sonic, who's all tiny and squat.
Yep, so...
Well, that's nice. But Shadow!
Shadow.
Yep, they spoke
Oh
with
my
creative
God.
artists
More
like
important,
others.
Shadow.
Shadow.
You
Cheers
edgy
from the buy,
hedges.
and they explained
He
how
is
the
front and
how
center.
his Hulk
Hedges?
plays.
Is that a
They
new one?
specifically
What is
emphasized that
how
due to his nature, Shadow's gameplay will be more aggressive.
Whoa,
You're expected to be on the
Duh.
offensive.
You
have
remember?
to be
You remember his fucking
on
game?
the
The ultimate
Do
life.
you remember his fucking game?
All right.
Edgy
That
as
was
fuck.
amazing.
All right, we're gonna get. All right, Angel,
He's
please
the
give us some more
ultimate life
background.
form.
So, as they explain, basically they want to maintain the gameplay with Shadow a little different than Sonic. Obviously, going fast is the what it's supposed
Makes
to be
you
about.
feel
Gotta go
alive.
fast.
Your
And
heart
all
beats in
that.
hyperdrive.
But
all
what they
that
want to
good stuff.
emphasize is going fast and being aggressive because Shadow wants to get in the face of his opponents and actually do violence. As a result, the little bits of the trailer basically show him fighting bosses instead of running around because he's meant to be focused more on fighting and combat. And then he shows off the Venom wings for no reason, and I'm like, that is the edgiest shit I ever seen. I love it.
Yes!
So, overall,
Shadow?
this one is looking fantastic and it's looking affordable too. Obsidian game director I don't know what this game is
Unavowed
about.
ending
Oh,
possibility.
I have no idea what this is about. Continue.
Alright.
Diablo 4, don't care, it's trash.
Okay.
Civilization 7 apparently is going to be the most beginner-friendly Civ game. I don't know what that means, but the games have been pretty good so far, so I expect them to just keep the ball rolling, essentially. They did mention they wanted to focus on what-if scenarios. Now, what if I told you that this is the only thing worth talking about? Because
Monster Hunter Wilds!
they had a 19-minute interview with all of the producers, and they sat down and played a 4-player game explaining all the new mechanics of the game. Now, I'm going to talk about
playing
this
it,
one
right?
because this is the big... Yeah, we're playing it. The shit we're playing.
Yes,
Let me adjust
yes.
my pants because my dick is getting too hard.
Oh my
Dear
god!
God!
To begin with,
TMI!
to begin with, they really wanted to emphasize the idea of open world to the point that they mentioned that when you finish the quest, you no longer go back to camp. You no longer go back to the hub. If you want to,
explore?
you can just go, okay, quest done, continue doing your thing.
That was a problem with all the other games.
Well, not really a problem, more of a feature, but in this case, they really want to emphasize it
Still, if
to
you
the point
wanted
that
to
they...
actually like
No,
explore
you
after
gotta
a
return to
quest,
camp. No, they just...
that was annoying.
Yeah, no, instead of returning to camp, you just keep going right from where you left off. You capture the monster, keep exploring. They mentioned they wanted to both keep it more beginner-friendly, obviously, but at the same time, they wanted to do something good for the, the veterans. They also mentioned that they confirmed that we have NPC players that you can bring with you, story characters like Rice, who will fight by your side if you want to. It's not necessary. And they showed off a bit of the it's not the flagship, it's the apex monster of the area. The lightning wyvern, what's his name again? Rio Dai or something like that. And they showed off a lot about Rio Dai. Like, its attacks cause the arena in the area around you, the sand, to sink. Actually messing with your footing. The railgun it shoots crystallizes the sand, and it dabs its wings into the melted glass to give itself sharper edges. And they mentioned how they want to emphasize the world being part of nature. Like, for example, if you hunt a monster too much, you lower its population, so it has a lesser chance of showing up in open exploration, for example. Or there's locations when, depending on the time, you might have to hunt a monster that shows up more than usual because it's reproduction season or something like that.
Wait.
That is pretty cool.
Okay, but here's the thing. How are the drops? Because if you keep hunting the same things, because you can't get certain things to drop,
Well, you're gonna hunt for a while.
well,
Yeah.
fuck.
Thankfully, it's okay though. They do mention
We've had
that
that issue in the
they
past.
do
haven't
mention
we?
they don't want to ruin that experience, so the investigations are there for you to pick a specific hunt whenever you want to.
Good, okay.
So you don't have to go like, well, I guess I gotta wait an hour for this guy to spawn again, kind of thing. That no.
Good,
It's like-
because RNG sucks.
Yeah, no,
In any
they-
games, RNG sucks.
they basically took the concept of the guiding lands and built a
Good.
whole
The guiding
game
lands
around
were
it.
really
Also,
Nice.
and more
Cool.
important than everything else, they showed off the cooking.
yes.
Yeah!
Listen to me.
God.
You will not know how graphics have advanced until you see your hunter drop a stick of butter on a pan, pull out the most juicy and beautifully rendered bacon steak I ever seen in my life, stab it with a knife, and take a juicy big ol' oh yes. Also, they confirmed that the steak cooking minigame is back. You see it at the end of the recent trailer, the guy pulls out this big rack of tomahawk ribs, and apparently the cooking game is cooking it and cutting it properly for extra benefits.
Oh,
They even
okay.
brought back the so tasty jingle. So
Oh,
overall, we're getting basically world plus all the improvements from everything else.
Plus food.
Plus food. They've been cooking on this for like 5 years, and we are about to see genuinely one of the best games Capcom has proven.
Bon
There
appetit.
was some contention about the fact that you can have 2 weapons at the same time, but they fixed that. You
Okay.
cannot just pull out the weapon where you want to. This ain't DMC. You basically switch weapons during the hunt if you feel like it, because your circuit, your
So
mount,
out of combat.
your mount carries them, and if your mount comes to run at you and the monster knocks it over, it'll run away. You will not be able to come back. They also mentioned that they emphasize your Palico's intelligence. Like, if you're doing particularly shitty in a fight, the Palico will work as a lure to take the monster's attention away from you. And you can now have 2 Palicos. Your regular one and the higher ones.
Yay!
And the Palicos can now
Yay.
speak English if you want to. I thought the voice was gonna piss me off, but no, it's just cutesy, high-pitched anime girl voice. So I can live
I
with
can
that.
live with that.
They also show a bunch of new mechanics for the weapons and the swords. Specifically, some got some good buffs, like that whole weak point mechanic I mentioned before.
Yeah.
The bow now gets a special attack where if you aim properly and consume stamina, it shoots guiding arrows that hit every single weak point at the same time.
Oh, that's gonna be
It's
overpowered.
It's
What
a
about
pretty
my
cool
insect
detail.
blade?
Heat
They didn't
seeker
screw that
arrows.
Oh, the insect blade got nerfed, sorry.
What about Duel?
No more helicopter.
What about Duel?
Helicopter.
No helicopter.
What about Duel?
The Duel apparently got a buff. We saw a combo where the player switched in and out of demon mode in the middle of the combo to save stamina.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay. I'm
Because
gonna
we're
stay
flying
on
too
Duel.
much.
All right, Angel. What other games have they talked about?
Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Oh.
I let Juan get a little ahead of himself.
One last final note. There is a hunting horn that looks like a saxophone. The end.
All right.
Are you gonna
Are
get
you
it?
gonna
Are you
play
gonna
it?
get that?
You have to play it. You are our
Yes.
buffer. You're the buffer.
Buffer. No, I'm a DPS with music. I'm a bard. I'm doing shit.
And then you get stabbed.
All right.
Worth
another game that
I
they
know that
talked
was
about.
announced is Dragon Ball. Oh my god, Dragon Ball.
On the next game of Dragon Ball.
What is there to say that hasn't been said already? The game looks beautiful. The animations are incredible. The fighting looks fantastic. Yes. Also, the auras look like liquid energy now. The animation
Oh, dear
is so
God.
good.
Oh.
It's like they're floating on juicy energy pudding.
Can we taste it?
Can we taste?
Can you
Vegeta's
really? Do you really want to taste it?
Yes.
But for
Going
real,
on, must come down.
I genuinely have nothing to say about this because it's exactly what you expect. It's Dragon Ball Tenkaichi. You have massive arenas where the players fight and fight. You got counters, you got vanishes, you got beams, you got clashes. You got some of the most beautiful the games have looked ever. And no, I love the auras. The auras feel like lava lamps floating liquidly through your body.
All right. It looks
Continuing with that, we
I
got
think the next one looks skippable. Maybe.
Fragpod is a first-person 5v5 versus shooter, $69.99, all that multiplayer-only bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Moving on.
Starship Troopers. Yeah, the creators of the Stalker horror series are making a Starship Troopers games.
with active.
I mean, I like the
active
movie, but I mean, like, do we need a video game? Okay, whatever.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Also, once again, reminding you that the model is not what's wrong, it's the product's what's wrong. Marvel Rivals is getting some good press. It's basically Overwatch with Marvel, but the gameplay is apparently pretty good, and people are loving the new character designs. Everybody looks all stylized. Like the Punisher looks like a triangle with arms and legs.
Oh
That's
my
really-
fucking god!
They gave it the Bob Layfield physics.
Oh my
Everybody is huge, and all the women are walking hourglasses, and all the men are walking triangles, and everything looks beautiful.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It has this like comic book esque style. Like it's not quite
Oh,
cell
Captain America
shaded.
does look like a triangle.
Yeah, look at the Winter Soldier he's fighting. His torso is 80% of his body.
Literally a fucking
So
triangle.
yeah, the only character that doesn't look buff is Spider-Man because he's meant to look,
I mean,
agile.
Spider-Man.
and
Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, of course.
Skinny
So
and-
instead, they make his limbs look a little longer and his shoulders look a little broader. So he looks like he's like comic book like massive length.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
Kind of like how Bayonetta looks like her
yeah,
hands.
exaggerated, stylized
Yes.
proportions.
Exactly.
The
there you go.
gameplay is basically Overwatch. You can play third person or you can play first person, and it's fun. The open beta went out, people played it, and they claim that it is so far amazing. The characters look and play good, and this might be the one good competition Overwatch has.
Like no notes. It's fine and it works
No,
well.
so far so good. It's
right.
there. You can play it. Oh, and just to shit on Blizzard, because fuck you, Blizzard, they said that all the characters are available at launch. There is no.
Wonderful.
For the record, Overwatch didn't do that until like the third season of 2.
All right.
So
Let's
yeah,
keep going.
overall, looks great, plays great.
Uh,
Borderlands failure.
Jose, Angel and I have one question for you.
Explosions. So yeah, turns out that
yeah, the movie exploded.
So during the
This
events
isn't a movie,
of
it's a game.
Borderlands
I know, I'm being a
3,
dork.
one of the main characters, spoilers, makes a whole moon teleport away. Yeah, the bad guys were trying to crash the moon into Pandora to kill everybody because fuck you, everybody in Pandora. And to be honest, I kind of agree with them because Pandora is like Australia with all the good things in Australia. So one of the main characters, who is a siren, uses her awesome powers to face lock the moon and send her hurling away to a different location. Don't question what this does to the tides of Pandora. We don't care. The game doesn't either. This trailer shows that moon teleporting to some planet and raining debris and causing massive cataclysms in the area. That image you see there appears to be one of the denizens of that new planet grabbing one of the pieces of burning debris that turns into the mask. So, also pretty clever. 4 fingers. 4. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
All right.
Fucking get it!
Let's move on.
I think,
yeah.
I think we get
They
it.
showed nothing else. Just the trailer, and here's to hoping the writing doesn't suck as bad as the last 4 games.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. Aside from 2, the writing is mid. Yeah, St. Meier's Civilization 7, that was announced and released. Secret Level series, we're getting a TV show from Amazon. I have no idea what the hell that is. Scroll. Oh, yeah. Batman. What is this?
I
Let
think
me
you already
check
talked
it.
about
Hold
it.
on.
Yeah,
This-
it's,
hang on.
it's a looping onto itself.
Yeah, it's lit.
No, it's
Oh,
not-
yeah. Genshin Impact is coming to Xbox.
You know what the sad thing is? Those
What?
poor Switch players, they're never going to
I
get
know.
Of course
tension
not.
on them.
The Switch can
It
barely
can't handle it.
normal
It can't
games.
handle it.
So,
How
yeah.
how many gigabytes is it? 1 second. Fact check.
Oh, forget the gigabytes. It's just rendering that massive world.
I
that
don't
kills
care. I
it.
want to know how much it is.
Secret
Live
level.
research. Meanwhile, okay, congratulations to X Bros. You got another game, the one that everybody's got. The next horror game, Dying Light, has been announced.
Dying Light.
Yeah, it's called Dying Light: The Beast. No official date, just a trailer. Also, Goat Simulator Remastered announced.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's a red goat.
Yeah, pure shit posting the game has been announced.
Oh
it's
my
fun.
God.
All right.
New Mario Kart Lego sets have been announced.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
It's
why not?
Mario, it's Lego,
I mean,
it's
look,
fun.
Like,
It's-
you can't really
it's-
argue. It's Mario. It's Legos.
It's fun.
It's fun.
And
Fallout merch, okay?
that's it. That's all the announcements that are big. But I like to mention one they didn't mention there.
Eh.
Oh yeah, what's
a
that?
sick blood-filled hack and slash called Kazan, the First Berserker. See, this is going to require a little context. There is an MMO called Dungeon Fighter Online. It's a Korean MMO, so it's a pain in the ass to play because it's grindy as fuck. One of the classes is the Berserker, because it's a swordsman that is Berserker. The first Berserker is called Kazan. So we're playing his story, and it's a third-person hack and slash, a la Devil May Cry, not quite Dark Souls, and the main character is voiced by Ben Starr.
Oh, okay.
So we got another Clive, but with way more blood this time.
So I
Yeah, how
I
much?
found it. On PC as of this month
Oh,
for
yeah,
4.8, 150 gigabytes on PC.
Hi.
Of
I
what,
have it on
Genshin?
PC.
Yes.
Yes.
How many hundreds?
150.
150.
150 gigabytes.
150.
Yeah.
Fuck this noise, man.
Hi,
Are you
I have it
fucking
on
serious?
PC.
Mind
yes,
you.
I can confirm.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good. I'm not touching that.
Mind you, we're about to hit 5.0,
Yeah.
and that's
We're gonna put even
another
more
place, and then we
PGs.
have Schneznaya, which is another place.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
actually
You
gonna
know
be
We
how
much
only
much
bigger.
visited two nations out of the four.
Schneznaya is based on
Do
Russia.
you guys know how much it is currently on mobile?
How much?
I have it on mobile.
How much is
29 gigabytes.
That's a lot of gigabytes for
Oh my
phone.
god, I'm gonna puke.
For the record,
Please
that's
don't.
throttling the performance.
We're about to eat.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've been running into a
29
lot of
gigabytes.
we've been running into a lot of shitty
29
optimization. For the record, the Song Wukong game Black Myth, which just
Yes.
came out recently, it's a massive game that is almost 40 hours, is 170 gigabytes, and there is a lot to do in that game.
Okay,
The game has like 20 bosses.
okay, you've convinced me. Alright, I fucking understand. Games have changed.
We need to
Fucking-
upgrade our PCs, bro.
Yeah,
You're not
seriously.
alone. You're not alone.
Seriously, we need like 12, like 24 terabyte hard drives just to operate.
I need a
these fucking
graphics
things.
card made of pure platinum, cooled down by the souls of the goddamn netherworld.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, do us all a favor. Don't contact Activision Blizzard because they're never going to fulfill your request.
No, they will not. In fact, they will even kill the things that I haven't asked them for.
Like a
Like-
crossover?
Like this.
Let's talk about Activision.
God.
Oh,
Need to know.
wait. One small piece of good news before we leave. Marvel Rivals, free.
Totally free.
Yeah, someone said that on the chat.
Really?
Yeah,
I like,
yeah, I was
I
about to
like
mention
that.
that.
Thank
Free
you,
is good. Free is
Free.
good.
You
I
wanna
like that
you
free
wanna buy
name.
cosmetics or gamble for loot boxes? Help yourself. But the base
Obviously.
game with everything in it, play
Here's
however
the
you
thing,
want.
yeah. If you have to buy extra stuff, okay. If it's free, even freaking better.
Cosmetics.
Because then it's not. You don't have to buy the game and then buy more stuff.
Yeah,
it is.
thank you.
If you want extra,
Yeah.
you can throw
If
money
you
at
want
it.
the extra goodies, it's
But if
This
you
is
just
from-
want to play the
By the
game,
way,
it's free.
this is the reason why the recently released game Concord has failed miserably, even though it is a 6 versus 6 shooter team-based game. Because A, it costs $40 goddamn dollars. B,
Ooh.
there is paid DLC on top of it, and C, it took 8 years of development. They started developing this when Overwatch came out, and ever since the model has been perfected, ruined, and perfected again.
And these motherfuckers have been playing catch up this whole time.
And more
Okay.
importantly, not a single character looks good, cool, or fuckable. Cannot ignore that. That is an important aspect.
So
Killed it.
for the Marvel thing, they had to pay DLC, which is optional. People would go for it.
Yeah, it's cosmetics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah, sure, I'll put a
they-
party
they
hat on
need
medal
to-
for $5.
and it's never gonna happen. But they really need to put themselves in
the player's
the
shoes.
player's shoes.
Yeah.
Because what do the players want? Because if you get that right, you're gonna get so much
You're gonna get
fucking
banged.
money.
Hey,
Yeah.
what we
It's
don't want
important.
is having to pay like doing stupid things like paying $29.99 to save my game.
Oh god, thank you for
Oh.
reminding me.
You know what else we don't want?
What?
Really cool crossover games to be canceled.
Wait, crossover game where? What?
So,
Nowhere,
a few
because
years
it's
ago,
canceled.
Crash 4
Damn.
came out. It's a fantastic game.
Yay!
Apparently, it's a monster to complete. Like, don't try to go for full completion because it's horrible on that aspect.
Oh, but I like completion.
Okay, listen
I
to me.
like completing.
Crash Bandicoot 3 has 48 gems, secrets, and 48 relics. Crash Bandicoot 4 has 450 gems. Because you have to play the whole game. Okay, I'm going to go to a small tangent here. Please forgive me. Because Crash Bandicoot is beautiful. It's a fantastic game. Highly recommend. The best platformer I've played in years. But completionism is a pain in the ass. Because to every game, every level has 5 gems. 40%, 60, and 80% of the Wampa Fruit. Don't die less than 3 times and find all the hidden boxes.
I hate the fucking don't die shit.
Here's the problem. The hidden boxes are horribly well hidden. Like, you gotta fuck with the camera to find them, and even then, sometimes you gotta guess. And once you get all of those gems, you have when you beat the game, you can play the game alternative game, which is they flip the level over and they put an interesting filter over the levels. For example, one level is monochrome, but every time you spin, you splash color paint everywhere. Ooh. Another one looks like a painting on a canvas. Another one looks like it's been digitized or or pixelated. Every one of those levels has another 5 gems. So you gotta play the game back and forth twice, possibly 5 times to completion to get all the gems just for the hidden endings. It is not worth it.
That sounds a bit too tedious.
It is tedious. Just play the regular game itself. You'll have fun with that normally.
I like trophies, though.
The point
trophies
is,
mean you have to get shit done.
The point is, the game was good. What people don't remember is that back in the day, Crash Bandicoot was well-known friends with Spyro because the companies worked together.
Yes.
And in fact, the games had collaborations. Crash Spyro Purple and Crash Bandicoot Orange were games that couldn't be unlocked unless you had both of them at the same time. Kind of scummy, think about it. But the point is, Crash Bandicoot 4, fan-fucking-tastic. People loved it. Where's 5? Cancelled. That's where the fuck it is.
All right. In an article provided to us by digitaltrends.com, the headline reads, Activision canceled Crash Bandicoot 5, which was a Spyro crossover.
Spyro!
You got this, bro.
By Tomas Franzese.
Thomas!
No más. No más Crash. Lo siento.
Oh, by the way, Sarah Serendi sent me a voice message for you, Angel, but we'll play that after this.
Okay, so, a new documentary about the former Activision developers Toys for Bob, rest in peace, revealed that Crash Bandicoot 5 starring Spyro the Dragon was cancelled by those fuckers at Activision. The video, which Liam Robertson produced for Did You Know Gaming, begins with a recap of studio history to Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. One of the most notable revelations of this part of the video is that Crash Bandicoot 4 started development as an asymmetrical multiplayer game named Lava and referred to as Wampa League. After creating some single-player tutorial levels for Wampa League, the team went, wait a second, this is fucking awesome, let's just make a single-player game. It turned Crash Bandicoot 4 in just 18 months, working on Wampa League on and off alongside it. Toys for Bob considered releasing Wampa League around a year after the launch of Crash Bandicoot 4 as a free update for the game with microtransactions. In 2020, Toys for Bob also created a pitch for Crash Bandicoot 5 that would have been a direct sequel to It's About Time, reintroduce elements from Crash to Insanity, like the Academy of Evil, and feature Uka Uka as the main villain. Holy shit, that would have been great. It also would have taken inspiration from Psychonauts, with Crash entering the minds of villains like Neo Cortex, Pinstripe, and Tiny Tiger from... That would have been so fucking
That would have been
cool!
cool!
Would have been so funny.
Most importantly, it would have crossed over with Spyro the Dragon, as Uka Uka would have used a portal to travel to his universe and corrupt some of the Dragon Elders. Crash and Coco would eventually make their way over to the dimension, befriend Spyro, and work together to kick ass and take names. Sadly, this AAA Crash and Spyro 3D platforming crossover couldn't make it past pre-production because Crash Bandicoot 4 did not meet the Activision high sale targets.
Fuck
you! What do you mean you didn't make all the money in the world in a type of game that barely sells nowadays? Go to hell and die.
I'm sorry, sir, but the game's release did not meet our bottom dollar.
What was the bottom dollar?
Bottom line.
All of them.
All the dollars.
Sorry, the line didn't go high enough. Crash Bandicoot 5 was cancelled in November 2020. Around the same time, production on Wampa Leaf was also halted, though Toys for Bob did try to reimagine it in a few different ways. First was a multiplayer platforming starring World of Warcraft characters, but Blizzard shut that down. Then it morphed into a new IP pitch called Monster Mix, which Activision also rejected.
I'm seeing a pattern here, but go on.
Toys for Bob was then put on support duty for Call of Duty Warzone and Overwatch 2.
Bullshit.
But many developers left the studio, were let go, or had their contracts terminated. So this is the fate of every studio that doesn't make all the money in the world. Either you get sent to the Call of Duty mines, or you get fired.
Actually, no, remember that's false, because even if you make something that is fucking amazing,
Oh, they might just fire you anyway.
Gone.
Remember
fact,
what's her
Like
name?
High Rush.
Yeah, exactly. Lo-fi.
Let me give you
Hi-Fi
one
Rush.
last bit of research here. What was Crash Bandicoot sales for? Crash Bandicoot sales over 5 million copies sold.
That's
and
not
that's
bad.
not a low number.
Bad.
Give me a second here.
I guess these guys wanted
how much was
950
it sold
billion.
for? How much was it sold for?
Oh, it was fairly cheap, like $40, I think. For the record, Devil May Cry 5 was 7.20 million copies sold.
That is
Ow.
$200 million.
Yeah, that was a lot of money, and still wasn't.
I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
Sorry, you didn't make Call of Duty numbers. You are going to the Call of Duty mines to mine for Bitcoin
I'm
forever.
sorry from someone who literally doesn't care about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
At the end of 2021, Toys for Bob will revive Project Lava as Crash Team Rumble, which is basically Smash Bros. It's not really Smash Bros. It's more like Mario Party but with Crash. It was alright. It was heavily outsourced, so it wasn't that good. Spyro would come to Crash Team Rumble in the third season, which also featured banners that use Crash Bandicoot 5 concept art. Following the Microsoft layoffs in January that basically killed thousands of people, Activision Studios' a fourth season of Crash Team Rumble and a new IP using Unreal Engine 5 were also cancelled. Toys for Bob's leadership then negotiated with Microsoft to become an independent studio that would make a game Xbox publish, and that's where this documentary concludes. So we have no idea what they're doing now. The video goes into more detail, so check it out if you're interested for that. So yeah, sadly, guys, this isn't just the cancellation of Crash 5. This is the end of the studio that made Crash Bandicoot Toys for Bob. Once upon a time called Naughty Dog Productions disappeared.
And all these projects that were also rejected along with this crossover all keeps coming back to Activision. Activision is the common denominator.
Blizzard.
Man,
fucking
I
assholes.
sure hope that this acquisition will give me all the money in the world. What do you mean it's not making all the money in the world? Cancel
Shopping
everything.
block.
No, we have to make.
Here's what I think. Because they always keep acquisitioning things and then they automatically just get rid of them. Because
They
they
don't
don't want
fucking do
fucking
anything with them.
competition.
It's like they're all lined
That's
up
it.
on the
They
chopping
don't want
block.
It's not about
competition.
being able to make new things. It's about making sure nobody else makes anything else with the IP. You remember that documentary of Kojima, Connecting Worlds?
Yes.
Yes.
We talked about
He
it.
mentioned that now that he has his own independent studio, even though he's working with Sony, he understands the pressure because if he makes a game that fails, a lot of people are going to suffer under his leadership. He doesn't want to just fire people. His studio might close over if the games don't succeed because the budgets are high. But he mentioned how he likes the idea of knowing that even if the game doesn't do massive world-selling numbers, as long as it still succeeds, he can still make more. He can still make more games because you don't have to waste away everything. And once again, calling back to Nintendo, the CEO of Nintendo took a 30% pay cut after the Wii U fumbled and died just because he didn't want to fire experienced, well-known programmers, artists, and like game makers that have been giving his team so many bangers. He cared for the little guy, and I respect that. But Activision doesn't work like that.
Nope,
Activision works because, you know why? Because they're a publicly traded company. Anytime a company becomes publicly traded, it is no longer beholden to itself. It is beholden to investors and stockbrokers.
I'm sorry, but that's literally
Unfortunately.
what kills everything.
You are signing a contract with Satan at this point. How much of your soul they will take is only a matter of time.
Exactly, and they don't care about your feelings.
No, you don't understand.
They only care about the line.
The things that you love are being managed and funded by people who either don't care or actively hate the things you love.
You know what would be nice? If, all these bigwigs just start to, fade away, then we have new people coming in who actually give a shit.
Fun little fact.
That would be lovely.
Stellar Blade, fantastic hack and slash game. Despite
Still
the fact
gotta
that ironically most of his promotion was controversial, people complaining about the main character being too sexy, because it barely got any actual promotion once it came out. You know why? Because Sony, in their infinite wisdom, paid the studio a shit ton of money so they could make it exclusive. Now, good news, that means that even if the game didn't succeed, the money they get would keep them afloat. But now that means that also the game didn't get as much publishing rights and advertisements because it's only coming for the No Games 5. Because guess what, motherfucker? It's already been confirmed that game is going to PC.
Unfucking believable.
It's a waste of money and time and resources. Exclusivity used to be a way to sell a console. But now exclusivity has become a way of going, yeah, let's just wait. It'll come out on PC eventually. So our sincerest condolences to Team Toys for not exist anymore. And sorry to all the Crash fans out there. I know that you guys like 4. I was hoping that you could get a better 5, but sadly, that's the end of that story.
And also, Activision could go to hell.
Activision can go to hell because
Hell.
the next time we get a Crash game, it will most likely be outsourced and it will not be as good as the originals.
All right.
All right, since my phone is at 2%, I'm going to play this to you now here. This is from Sarah Serenity Magical Cosplay. This is for you, Angel.
I said to never doubt my skills of finding out information when it relates to the Kingdom Hearts community. 87% of the Kingdom Hearts fandom agrees that the Kingdom Hearts community is now toxic because of the Sokai fandom and because of the Kairi fans. Not only that, but I found out from 2 of the voice actors from Kingdom Hearts that a lot of the voice actors from the Kingdom Hearts series does not do cons anymore.
Yeah.
Because they got constantly harassed from the Sokai fandom. And in fact, it's because of the Sokai fandom that the Kingdom Hearts 3 game was delayed.
What?
Fascinating.
Oh.
I look forward to seeing Kairi in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, guys, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, it's now way too fucking confusing for newbies to come in there, and it should have stopped with 2.
At the bright
What's
side,
so confusing about it? The story is very simple. Everyone is Sora. Everyone else is Xehanort. Any questions?
No. There's that guy over there who's like half Xehanort.
No. That means he's
Like
Xehanort.
I said, confusing. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. There's that guy over there who is like...
that's Xehanort also.
Games in the in Kingdom
Everyone
Hearts
is Sora.
don't exist anymore.
Everyone else
Did
is
you guys know-
Xehanort.
You know what the funniest part is,
There,
though?
there
What
was
is
the
it?
recoded, and then there was
In
the other
Kingdom
stuff.
Hearts, the one character who looks and sounds, same voice actor, exactly like Sora, is the farthest from Sora any character could ever be.
Oh, you mean, what's his nuts?
Vanitas.
Vanitas, yeah.
He literally came from the body of a completely different person that has no relation to Sora, and he only looks like him because he accidentally touched Sora's heart and acquired his appearance by mistake. That's it.
Joel Osment being allowed to be a dick.
And let me just say, personally, my favorite Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like to.
Except that I will say for Kingdom Hearts 3, it was fun when you were anti-Sora because it's my favorite fucking form, and you actually went ham as him. And I was like,
genuinely felt
okay,
too easy.
I like that.
Honestly,
That's
it felt too easy. The new forms gave you so much power, and you had so many AoE attacks that
I
on Prowl
liked
mode,
it when
I
you had
died
to build
once.
them. Do you remember in 2? You actually had to build them and level
Yeah.
them up, and then
Oh
they
my
were
gosh, yes.
amazing. But you had to put in the work.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
On 3, you were busting out limit breaks nonstop, and
Yeah,
it genuinely
it
got
did
too
make
easy.
it a bit too easy, and then with the weird
I
attractions, I didn't get that.
I died once, and I think it was because I made
You
a mistake.
died?
Once.
You died?
During the final fight, I wanted
How
to see...
did you die?
I wanted to see how long I could go without healing, and Xehanort got me on the Keyblade combo in the air, and I couldn't
Here's the
recover
thing,
that.
I never once died. It was a little pathetic.
To be fair, I was playing on proud mode, so...
Unbelievable.
Dream Drop Distance is my favorite, says Sarah Serenity.
I will say
Yeah.
Dream Drop Distance was nice.
My
was
favorite
nice.
is my favorite is 358 over 2 days.
That
That was
good.
fun. That
Yes.
was fucking fun. I
I
love playing
really
as all the
liked-
different characters.
I really love Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep was amazing.
That little mini game with the board they had, I wish
Yes.
they brought that back. That was funny.
That was really interesting.
I
It
did
was
the
fun.
mistake, and I played as the hardest one ever,
Whoops.
aka Terra. They say you should have done Aqua, then
Yeah.
No.
then-
You're supposed to start with Terra. Because
That was the fucking hardest one.
yeah, that's the point. You start with Terra, who begins
I got
easy and
stuck.
gets hard.
I got stuck because of the glitch. You know when you have the Wonderland, you had the 2 things you had to
Yeah.
defeat at the same time. Yeah, no, mine glitched.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
constantly.
that.
Where I defeated both of them, but one of them still
I
stayed
got
alive,
past
and I was
that
like,
part,
"Fuck
but
you!"
Sis could not for the life of her.
Yeah, no, it's actually supposed to be like Terra
Yeah.
starts strong, but he falls off near the end game because his dodge is shit.
Yes.
Ventus is a good in between, and Aqua starts weak, but then her magic stat gets
I
powerful, and you just become
yeah.
Doctor Strange with
I-
with a pair of boobs. It's amazing.
And I will say, like, Drain Drop was fun. The only thing is, it was annoying when you ran out of time, and you're fighting a fucking boss. And then when you finally get back there, the boss resets all the HP.
That's why you
It
waste
pissed
all
me
your
off.
money to buy those items that keep you longer in the fight.
Yeah, here's the thing. It didn't work for me. Again, I got a glitch.
You seem to have some bad technical issues with
Oh my
Kingdom Hearts,
goodness.
Chief. I'm sorry.
All right.
It
Well,
sucked.
and with that, we have reached the end of this episode, and we
Longer than
appreciate.
usual. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Hey, listen. We're all passionate about the things that we like. Whether it's Star Wars,
Yeah, we
whether
need
it's
to-
Monster Hunter, whether it's Kingdom Hearts,
need to
whether
fucking-
it's Shadow. It's all good. Anyways, so folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. You've been awesome in the live chats. The only announcement that I have for the month of August is at the end of the month on Saturday, August 31st. We invite all of you to join us as we're going to be hosting another watch party for WWE's Bash in Berlin. Their start time is going to be 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and it's their first wrestling premium live event in Berlin, Germany. Wunderbar.
Das ist wunderbar, mein Herr.
That's the wunderbar, mein Führer.
No, mein Herr, Jesus, Angel.
Führer is just a position,
No,
bro.
God
Relax.
damn it, Angel. Fucking
Relax.
hell.
It's not an
It
illegal
is-
word. I
oh,
can
God.
say it.
Don't touch me.
It's like
That
saying
being-
governor.
Don't, what the fuck? Oh my God, never say, what the
That
fuck?
being said, this is a watch party, so you'll get to watch us react to all the cool things that's happening in this.
And all this psychotic shit Angel can't stop himself from saying.
Hey, last time I checked,
no
that's not a
filter.
monetizable word. It's just a military position.
I know, but no.
All
this is
right.
Obama. Get down.
That being said, speaking of toppling people in military positions, Angel, we're about to start battling the Shagohod, and we're about to put that bastard down, aren't we?
We are approaching the climax. After all this sneaking around and all the times we definitely did not get caught, even once, it's time to stop sneaking. Because it's now time to fight what's left of the Shagohod and that dipshit Bolgin in Los Amigos Play Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. You saw us just do it a while ago. Fantastic work. You know, except for that time where the safe broke for some reason.
Don't jinx it. Please don't jinx
Can
it.
you imagine if
No,
XYZ...
no.
It's okay.
No.
I swear on me mom, it ain't gonna happen again, Gov. So anyways, I hope that you will join us again at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Los Amigos Play on YouTube and Kick.
All right, and for any wrestling fans out there, join us for Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube at Kick, where me and my tag partner, Mr. Juan
Keep
Arouse,
touching me. You need to stop touching me.
where me and Mr. Juan Arouse,
touches me.
we review three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. On next week's edition, we'll be reviewing the main event for this year's annual pay-per-view event of AEW's All In London.
Apparently, which of the main event is supposed... I'm guessing it's going to be the AEW World Championship match between Swerve Strickland defending against Bryan Danielson.
That's right,
and
title
a
versus career.
match.
Oh, this is AEW, right?
Yes.
Oh, so it's the Botchamania episode of wrestling.
Yes.
Hi, you dick!
I mean, am I wrong?
You know what? I'm not going to answer that. But yes, we hope you guys tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. But before we get to that, we do have a show on Wednesday night, don't we?
Damn right, and that's my program, The Black Files, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. As you guys can tell, over here on the Ravens Flock, we cover a whole wide swath of news and stories in the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. But on the Black Files, we just cut into one story, and we cut in deep. We don't hold back our opinions on this shit, and we do not stop until we get to something that we can at least try to present as the truth. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't have anything to discuss this past Wednesday. There's a reason for that. It's because I was trying to get access to tools that we didn't have before. I now have access to those tools. It is a very handy online tool that I'll be using in the future, and it's something that I was putting to thorough use for this the coming week's edition of the Black Files. I really didn't want to talk about this motherfucker one more time, but I will, and you're going to have to see exactly who I'm talking about this coming Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so request access as we go live for the uncensored and uncompromising podcast, The Black Files.
And of course, tune into our main show, the #1 show on this channel, The Ravens Flock, which is every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube and Kick, where we and my motley crew of nerds, we're here to discuss with you the latest news and topics circulating in the world of nerd and geek culture. Whether it's a slow week, a busy week, or even a dead week, no matter how many assholes we need to body slam along the way, there's always something to talk about, and we'll be here to share with each and every one of you. And now, once again, we would like to thank all of you for tuning in tonight. You guys have been wonderful in the live chat. We really appreciate it. And this is something that we've been doing since 2013, working hard and staying strong to make your voice
our mission!
With that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Folks, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, Drag Fan Cosplays, The Rose Cosplay, K-Storm Cosplay, and yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you the latest news in the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. Working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. Join us as we go live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button. Help Sarah Serenity Magical Cosplay through her Cash App. I'm not kidding around, folks. She's gonna need it. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlock online, kick.com/the Ravensflock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little phone notification bell right here on our flagship platform, youtube.com/the Ravensflock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravensflock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of our flagship show. Nerds watching all over the internet, we are the Ravensflock, and we are out, brother.